All right, welcome into the LSF Podcast. I am, of course, our host with the most notices, joined today by a floating picture of Lioneagle's disembodied head. So, everyone, I need you to give your best vocal performance today. Other people I need to give their vocal performance are, of course, Curly801.
Hello, hello.
And we are joined today by special guest. It's Xillya. How are you, gamer?
Good. Excited to be here.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Xillya is one of the number of people that we met through the Lioneagle podcast, and she just is a cool person and has been around more so than the other people we met through the Lioneagle subathon. So
Subathon,
yeah.
That's
was basically a podcast for half of it.
Oh wow, what a time!
God bless Evan, really bringing the homies together.
So true.
So on your Twitch recap this year,
yeah,
exclusively from the subathon. Evan made it on the Mine also as my second most viewed. I think he's barely even been live this year.
Apparently he was live for at least 431 hours because that's how much time I watched Evan. So, but yeah, Xillya, what did your Twitch recap look like?
Let me take a gander. It was, my number one, Carl Jacobs Till I Die.
Of course.
Obviously.
Surprise to no one.
And then number two, it was Foolish Gamers, which Carl did spend a lot of time on his stream, so that that like makes sense. And then like Evan Gao, I don't know who that is. So
Working Megalo.
Yeah, but and then really random puns. I don't know how he got there, but that's it. I'm not mad about it.
You are a Minecrafter till you die, apparently.
But like Puns doesn't play Minecraft. It's actually interesting. Like he does, but he like doesn't. I think
give us the lore, please.
Puns? He's like a Valorant streamer. He would like I guess he is on the Dream SMP, but like not really. Like he doesn't like play Minecraft. That's not what he streams.
So you're just a sweaty Valorant player is what you're trying to tell us?
Valorant, yeah.
That was so convincing. I'm so convinced. I suppose like you could have been like there just from like a random raid. I thought that's what my fourth would be. Like just someone that like I was watching someone got into a raid and then like left my computer and then came back and was like, I've watched this person for like 6 hours. I thought Afghan was gonna make mine via the like multiple times I'm in his stream somehow. When I don't click on it, I'll somehow come back and I'll be like, how am I here?
All roads lead to Afghans.
All roads lead to Afghans. Yeah. And then right wing, yeah.
Because no Union Buster Afghans.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah.
So the question we are legally required to ask every guest who comes on the show, how did you get started in streaming? Like what made you decide to start streaming? / like who are your inspirations, things like that? Like what's the Xillya lore?
Yeah, guys. I'm a Dream SMP person. I just am. And so that's kind of like what started me. Like, okay, I guess like the beginning of it all was PewDiePie, and I think that's like a valid, strong start.
Fair.
And then it's the PewDiePie to Corpse, Among Us, to Dream SMP pipeline. That got me onto like watching Twitch, and then I just like decided that I was like, if that's gonna be me, and then I actually spent like pretty much the entirety of 2021 like planning to like getting all my stuff together and setting everything up to go live in October last year. So it's been just over a year. You're talking about like inspirations, if I could be a streamer, I would want to be Tina Kitten. I just think she is so lovely and her vibe is really awesome, and that's who like I look to for inspiration for myself just being a streamer, I guess.
So we are a PewDiePie / Dream SMP Tina Kitten, Stan Enjoyer, yet you stream Minesweeper mostly. How does one get started on Minesweeper Twitch? Because I will say, I know a lot of people who do the Minesweeper stuff. You guys are like a very like tight knit community, and it's like very fun hanging out and interacting with you guys. And I don't know, Minesweeper does numbies for some reason.
It's like, so I never imagined that I would be here. When I started streaming, like I streamed Minecraft and Zelda, and that's what I streamed. And then one day in March, I was sitting there, and I had never played Minesweeper in my life, and I go, I want to play Minesweeper. This was just after I had like a really big like Sudoku phase.
Sure.
And
like we all do.
I was deep into the Sudoku lore, and that phase was kind of like ending for me, and I was like, I want like another like strategy game, like give it to me. And it was like March 5th, and I sat down and I just like started playing Minesweeper, and I'd never played it before. All I knew is that like there's mines, and I was like, hey, let's go. And then I was like, I like instantly was like addicted. I was like, I need to be able to beat one of these boards. And so naturally I just streamed it, and then Team Worm hopped into my chat, and he was at every single stream after that. And then one day I was just chilling, and this Evan gal popped in to my chat, and I was like, oh, hey, like, how's it going? What's up? There'd been like a few like Minesweeper people to like pop in, so I didn't like really think that much of it. And then he's like, be live in an hour. And I was like, yes, of course, random stranger on the internet. I will. Anything for you. Anything for you. And honestly, it was actually kind of like a really bad stream for me. Like the mental was just like so down. And then in comes Evan Gal with like 30 viewers. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I hit Twitch affiliate the next day. And
Nice.
And I was like, well, I guess I am playing Minesweeper for the rest of my life, because all my viewers be sweepers. So
never forget who made you.
No, literally, I'm like, but it's so random. And then because I'll like, if it ever comes up, I have to say that I'm a Minesweeper streamer. So fun.
No, I also have like a similar story. Because like I'm not streaming a whole lot lately, but like every time I do go live, I try and like have like a show or something. Like we're doing drinking and drawing, we're doing free game Friday, we're doing like, like something structured. And then one time I just randomly fucking go live like a Thursday or two ago. And I'm hanging out with Yegog, we're just like playing Fall Guys, shooting the shit. And then Stance fucking raids me with 100 people. I was like, it's never like the streams you're ready and excited for. It's always like you're just like live, barely hanging on, and then boom, big raid.
Literally, yeah. But yeah, it's been fun. I'm glad. Like you were saying, like the Minesweeper community, it's so cool. And it's like, because I'm not like super deep. Like I don't like know a lot of the people outside of like the Evan Gao universe, but it'll be really cool. Like someone will like pop in because I'm in the Minesweeper category, and then Worm will DM me and be like that's the #1 Minesweeper in America, and I'm like, okay, cool, act natural.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what we're really hearing is that the children yearn for the mines.
So true. So true. From birth. It's so good. It's like, it's interesting because like I don't know if you like watch Evan, he'll sometimes do like teaching people how to play Minesweeper. I didn't have that. I learned that all by myself, and it took me months to beat my first board. It's rough. It is so hard. If you don't know what's going on, my word.
What difficulty of board took you months? Like expert or intermediate?
Expert. I only ever played expert, and I didn't play on the actual website, no matter how much Worm told me to, because I was like, you are this random guy on the internet sending me links to weird websites. So there was no guess option, so there was always like guesses. And it took me so long. I went around showing people at school the clip of me beating my first Minesweeper board. I was that kid.
Oh, yeah.
I could not care. I was like, everyone look at this. I'm amazing. Look at how cool I am.
So did you ever get your Minesweeper stream with Evan? Have you guys ever like swept together?
I don't think so.
Because I had one because that that's the Evan thing where he'd be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
let me teach you Minesweeper," and I was the best student he'd ever had apparently, and
That's good.
we ended
I'm
up
fairly
being
sure he says that
intermediate
every
board.
time.
Oh, I'm special. I'm different. I'm quirky. And then like afterwards, God, what was his name? Posse and Almonds joined, and then Trash Built joined, and we just had like basically a podcast where we just hung out and all played Minesweeper for like 2 hours, and it was fun.
That's so fun.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I guess like during the subathon we would do like the like races
Mhm.
to beat the boards, but I don't know if that really counts.
Did you ever win any of those?
So no, because on the website that does the races, you can't toggle any of the buttons, and I don't use right click to place flags. So
Oh,
it's
what
hard.
do you use when you play?
Control.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I like flag with my left hand and then just click with my right.
So kind of looping back around, what is the worst stream you've ever done? Because I have a very vivid answer for this one, and I can talk about mine
Yeah,
if you want.
tell
some time
yours
to
and then
think.
I'll think. Yeah.
Like, as in worst as in like it didn't go to plan, or worst as in like there was just nothing there, or like was it one that you expected to go well that didn't, or is it just where it was like this isn't right, the vibes are off?
However you want to define it. Mine is definitely the vibes are off because I had planned a stream. This is like during my month where I was like, oh, I'm gonna full-time stream because I had like a month off school and work, and I had planned a collab stream with Austin and Gaming, and we were gonna play Battle Block Theater together because it was a game I had played on 360 like when I was a kid. I was like, oh, I fucking love this game. And then we were sitting there, we were playing, laughing, joking, having a good time. We were like, man, this game's kind of easy. We should play on insane difficulty, which is where like if either of you die, instead of respawning at the checkpoint, you have to do the whole level over again. And then I quickly realized I am not as good at the game as I thought I was. And I just started to feel so fucking bad because like he would be like blazing ahead like in a level, and then I would like be like going slow, trying not to fuck up, die, have to restart the level, fucking not making any progress because I can't fucking clutch. And then I'm so focused on trying to like play good and not be bad that like I can't even like be funny or riff because I'm sitting here trying not to like feel like I'm wasting his time, wasting my time, wasting chat's time. And like I don't know, like a lot of people like when streamers like play a game because they can't do it. They like start like balding and like everyone's having like kind of a good time. I hate that. I actually just feel terrible when I start balding at games, and it makes me not want to do anything anymore. And so I just felt so bad. I was like, man, Austin's never gonna want to talk to me again. Fucking like this is like I've ruined my shot at, like hanging out like any of like one in like the S3K and friends group because like Austin's gonna be like, oh, this Z guy is fucking cringe. And thankfully none of that ended up happening afterwards. It was, I was just in my head about it.
Yeah, that's why
but,
he's
like,
here today.
Yeah, as I was live, I was just like the entire time we were live, I was like, man, this is the worst fucking stream I've ever done, and I just felt so infinitely bad the entire time.
Yeah, fair enough. Mine's like I don't know. Okay, I thought of one. It's interesting because I would never want to classify this as my worst stream, but it is probably the worst time I had streaming. Was my birthday stream. We played Among Us.
Heyo.
Among Us.
And I just like coordinating. Was the Among Us stream my birthday stream? No, it wasn't. No. Okay, maybe it wasn't my birthday stream, but the stream that we played Among Us.
I believe I was there for that, wasn't I?
You were there
Yes.
for that. And we played Among Us, and it was like my Among Us lobby. So like I had coordinated everyone, and I had a panic attack on a stream, and I was like, I didn't know it. Like it was so overwhelming with just like coordinating everyone, and then like making sure everyone was having like an okay time, and then like I just like couldn't have any fun with it, and that was really sucky because I think that would have been a really fun stream if my body wasn't like silly.
If your body was ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Among Us is an intense game. Not everyone can handle it.
Yeah, oh my word. It was too much for me. It was too much.
We need to like invent like high stakes Among Us.
What, like gambling?
I
Yeah.
just need to like not coordinate it. I would love to play Among Us when I didn't invite everyone because holy.
New Among Us lobby, let's go.
I can relate to that. That's why I get Xillya invite everyone to do things.
This is
Me out
true.
too much. I can't do it. I hate it.
It had like I'm so fine with coordinating everything like beforehand. It just like felt like I was responsible for everyone like having a good time during, and that was it was a lot for me. It was
So it's not the setting it up; it's like the hosting it is what stresses you out.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I hate the setting up part, but once I'm there, I'm like, okay, it's started. They can't back out now. They're here.
Yeah, like we've had that with like the Great Debate. Like you're like good at hosting that, but then it's like you kind of like us to like set up the Great Debate for getting the people there for you.
Yeah, it just stresses me out.
Yeah.
Don't like them.
Bingo. We need to do another one of those.
True.
I feel bad asking people to do things. I feel bad like because it's their time. Like you said, this is like their time. I feel bad being like, hey, can like this is good for you, and then you have to work out like 6 other people. But once they're there, I'm like, you're here now. You have no option. So let's just go.
Yeah, I guess the flip side for that for people is
love
like what the there is right now. If I don't do everything like perfect to the letter, now I'm wasting their time. If I don't put on a good show now, that's when I'm wasting their time. So I guess that's where the sort of anxiety comes in the other way with those sort of streams.
I'll say one of the difficult things about setting up Great Debate is it's like, hey, you want to come on a game show where you have homework to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that much, to be fair. It depends how much, like, it just, you have to have an understanding of it, I guess. Because, unfortunately, Xillya was in the lost episode of Great Debate.
R.I.P.
And there was a little bit of homework, but it's hard to explain without going, hey, watch this, like, TV show. And once you watch the TV show once, you're like, okay, I would get it. But it's just a matter of having to sit someone down and go, hey, so there's this round, and then you kind of have to do this, and then you kind of have to do this, and then
find an image or something, and it's like
and
we might not even use it because we might make you a liar this time, and like
yeah, it's like it's literally a project you'd be given as a child.
Yeah.
Okay, go home
I'm
and find
so
your best
sad.
childhood story.
I'm so sad that that's like the last one because I kind of killed it.
You did. You absolutely fucking. It was you and Wits absolutely rolled me and Evan. It was not close.
No, I'm annoyed because it was lost to me as well. I still haven't even seen it, and I never will. Like,
It's gone. It's gone.
Xillya
Just know.
roll with everyone.
Yeah. There was no hope. It was I can't remember. Someone was like, either like, someone made a comment about me being like, they're like, oh, it's obviously Xillya, like she's acting like horribly right now, like da da da. And then it wasn't me, and I was like, talk about my acting again. I dare you.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so fun though. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Well, for those who don't know,
Great
that
Debate
was during the TwitchConathon where I ended up getting banned and we lost like 48 hours of content, and that was in the first 48 hours. So
My friend Bubble, who knows absolutely nothing about Twitch, I was like telling her about that, and she like still is like mad at Twitch about it. I'm like, amen. All the homies mad. All the homies mad.
Yeah, we lost a lot of juice because we lost the stream I did with Stans where I did the AI art game show, and then we lost Borderlands, and then I had like another actual show that I did that we lost that I can't think of at the moment.
Well, it wasn't Tasker v Tasker, was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Or no, Tasker v Tasker was the first thing that we came back with when we were unbanned.
Yeah,
because I meant to go live earlier on Saturday, but I wanted time to get ready to get absolutely 5-0'd by Danzigans.
Yeah, Danzigans came prepared.
Danzigans just built differently.
Well, yeah,
sadly.
mentally prepared from the get go, like just ready to go. What about you, Kelly? Have you ever had like a bad stream where like the vibes have been off, or?
Yeah, every stream.
That's so based.
I don't know, because I mainly do most of my streams alone, or like with you guys, like your Z. And I'm trying to think. The only one that there was one I was really excited to do. It was the one where I dressed up as the girl, right? And
you're like 200 followers or 400 follower, whatever number of followers.
Whatever it was. It was like half a year overdue.
Yeah.
And I did it, and it was only a little bit. There's a little bit at the start where I think because Cance had like interacted with my tweet, and he was there like bantering. I think people that followed him came in, and they were just Because I was doing the thing where I was like doing the like, stereotypical thing where the hot tub streamers like fucking bend over and write the name on the whiteboard. I was doing that for anyone to follow, and but they were like, no, don't write my name, write this. I'm like, I don't know what that means. It was in a language that I didn't understand, or it might have been their name, but I was like, I'm not gonna write that because I'm not sure what it means.
Yeah.
And then they just kept like being like, oh, that's cringe. Like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, hey lad, I don't know what the hell you're getting me to write on this board. I'm already making an ass of myself as it is. I'm not gonna get destroyed for something else. That was only I get threw the vibe off a little bit. It made me not want to do it much because I was like, I can't be bothered dealing with this. Like, it's just supposed to be a bit of fun for like the two people that really cared, which was like Dosno and I guess. So that kind of like threw it off. It got much better. That was when I started reading the fanfic. After that, that was a lot of fun. And but that was the whole start of that. It just sort of threw it off a little bit. But thankfully, I got over it. But that's the only one I can think of. Bar the time I got really drunk and threw up my bath. But that was a fun stream.
Right, I hear that's the go-to stream actually, like the curly stream that you should have been to.
Yeah, you had to be there. I had like 30 viewers in that. It was very strange. I don't remember most of it, and I tried to watch it back and couldn't. I was inherent. It was not great. It was not a good time.
Me watching back the Diablo stream I did on Evan's channel.
Oh, that was so funny, Z. That Diablo stream was amazing.
Have you ever seen that Xillya? Do you know what he's talking about?
During the subathon?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember trying to figure out how I was going to take over stream because I was so concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it, like, I think I was busy, but I was like, someone needs to take Zio right now. And I was like, if no one's going to, I will figure it out. I was like, and I think someone else did, but I remember like watching it being like, I was like, please, someone, please. I was like, someone has to save this man.
I remember I was like, I like got up to go pee. I threw up, and I was like, we didn't throw up on camera. And then I had to throw up a second time, and then I like thought I like bent over out of frame. Was still very clearly in frame.
Yeah, that was so funny, just so obviously on stream.
Yeah. And then I thought I only threw up twice. Watching the video back, threw up 5 times.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I just like clipped through like a kid and watched like 30 seconds clips at a time. Your volume just went up to the point where you were basically shouting and like I was gonna say shouting slurred, but shouting and slurring.
Yeah.
All your words. You were just going like.
No, when I rolled up, he was like sleeping. I was like, you okay?
So that is surprisingly after. Fuchsia ended up taking over at like, because I took over at like 10 p.m. Had to pass it off by like 1 a.m. Did not go nearly as long as I thought that I would. And then I slept until like 7 or 8 a.m. Woke back up. Fuchsia's like dead tired because she didn't get any sleep either. And so I took back over. And then I was like immediately like, man, this was a mistake. I still feel like shit. And so she had started watching like Travel Across Norway, the GeoWizard video series where he just like walks in a straight line through Norway. She got to like part 2. And so I fucking put on part 3 and 4 and then just laid down on the floor while chat was watching GeoWizard.
That's awesome.
Love it. I love it.
So that was miserable.
Yeah, I think my only like bad stream experiences are like generally it's like tech issues. Like if I have like a game crash and I was like, there's like no save. Like I've had that. I think I was doing like a solo Nuzlocke. Like this was like a while back now, and then like the game crashed, and then I lost my save, and I was like, I'm not replaying that from the start right now, and then just like ended stream. Yeah. And then the other one was, again, it was kind of a tech issue. It was actually your Super Auto Pets competition, because like my like round 2 like broke, so I couldn't buy any pets for round 1 or 2, so like there was just no coming back from that, and then it was just out of the tournament. So I was like, well, that's the end of stream, guys. Thanks for watching. So I was just like rage quitting just because I was just like cringed out of the tournament. I was like, this was meant to be like a bit of fun of like messing about with like other people, and then it's like I just absolutely cringed the bag on the first one, so then I can't do it anymore.
That is really unfortunate. I'll say another stream that was not great is Curly and I, mostly me, kept eating shit on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Lock that we tried to do, the Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Game.
Yeah.
And like after like the fourth time of like completely wiping and having to start over, we were like, all right, listen, guys, I think we're just gonna keep playing the game.
Yeah, you see, I
The
don't
game was
think
really
I have
fun.
that. Like I did with Straw Hat, as some of you guys know, that
The right one lock.
yeah, the route 1 lock, where we just couldn't get past route 1 because of our like really difficult Nuzlocke rules we had on. And it's just like, I guess just because we knew that it was because the rules were so hard, we just kept going at it, and it was like, fuck it, eventually we'll get through this.
Well, honestly, it would like if it was just the route 1 lock, that's funny. It's us, we'd like make like gym 4 or 5 every time, so it's like, oh, there goes like 4 hours of investment as opposed to like like 20 minutes of investment.
Yeah, whereas we kind of got like the fun bit of the Nuzlocke of seeing who your starter is like every 20 minutes. Like we just kept doing that bit.
Yeah. So I think that's what made it frustrating for us.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't mind it. I just got to the point where I did, like, it was after like the third attempt where I was like, I was like, I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. Like,
Yeah.
just work. And then I was like, can we just at least rare candy it? I was like, can we just like scum it? Like, if we're gonna do it at least. So we got to that point where it was like, okay, we're just gonna scum our way to the back to it. And to be fair, I also messed that one up. I think. Don't know that. Did I save over my file? No, I did. But we went and finished streaming, and I replayed up to that point and did all the same stuff and watched back the stream.
Mm-hmm.
There was also the Omega. What was it we were doing for one of your 24 art stream? Was it where we were finishing off art in the Nuzlocke we had been doing, but I accidentally saved over my file and then we started again.
Oh no.
Is that?
Yeah,
I remember
that
we
was,
completed a lock together, and I forgot to save the finale, so that series is never coming out.
Oh yeah. We actually, it was the one before that. It's the reason we started that one, because we had started a Nuzlocke and then I accidentally saved over the top of it and went fuck it, and then just took the L and gave you the money.
Yeah, because we were trying to
it
do
was
black
the
and white
reason
one.
Yeah, you were trying to do black and white, and then you switched to doing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, because I saved over. Because what I did was I opened the game and then saved over my file as the start of the game being open, opposed to loading the file.
Yeah.
And then just went, fuck it, and I just gave Z $50 and went, we're sweet. Let's go.
And that's why Curly was the #1 gifter on my channel for a while, but you have since been fast. I don't even think you're in the top 3 anymore. Now that I think about it.
Whoa.
Probably sure I am, because I gifted deliberately to go back up to the top, and then whoever.
I know Tosh
gave me
is
gifted
first right now.
Yeah, I'm second. I'm almost positive.
Pulling it up. We've got receipts. Oh yeah, Curly is #2, and then Zemdo's in at #3.
Let's stop, because we're gonna do this thing that we do every podcast where we talk about Pokemon for 6 hours. So I'm gonna stop right now.
Yeah,
just
just one thing before we move on. I actually have changed my mind about rare candies. I think that's like actually the way now. Like I used to be like, rare candies, that is a bit cringe. Do grinding, it's part of the Nuzlocke. Now I'm just like, fuck it, just do the fights. The Nuzlocke, like the random encounters in the wild, just aren't fun, and just end runs, and it's not fun for anyone.
Yeah, as it turns out, killing 50 Pidgeys in a row is in fact not good content.
Yeah, crazy. Speeding up the game and playing some music and killing 50 Pidgeys isn't as interesting as you might think.
You're not wrong.
So on the opposite end, we've talked about our worst streams now. We're not going to talk about our best stream. We want to talk about a hypothetical like best stream. If you could put on like the Xillya event of the year, what would you want to do? Like, what are your dreams? What are your aspirations as a streamer? Like, what does the peak look like for you?
Xillya.
I just want to hang out.
Yeah.
I just want to stream, and I made a tweet about this, but I feel really like, I don't know how to word this. I think I have a really, really cool community. And I guess we share a lot of it as well, but I feel that I'm allowing myself to know that you can't have a really cool community without like creating a space for that. And so like I feel really like I said, my biggest accomplishment this year has been like creating the space that like allows for like all these cool people to like come hang out. So yeah, I just want to hang. I just want to hang out.
Fair enough.
No Among Us lobbies.
No. No, thank you.
Hey, ironically, that would be mine. Fuck,
But like obviously like to like do the meme like Carl Jacobs, Teen Kitten, and I all doing what's something that would be fun.
What would you want to do if you if you were to land Carl on a stream? What are you doing with Carl?
A Just Dance stream.
Oh, that'd be kind of fire.
With Carl and Tina and who's the fourth?
Get Corpse to get a full PNG tuber body to
Yes, Carl,
That'd be great.
Corpse, and Tina Kitten playing Just Dance. Amazing.
Kind of like what they do with Iron Mouse, where they just wheel her out, but do that with a corpse PNG.
It's just some person in a black morph suit with an iPad taped to the face with Corpse's avatar on it.
Yeah, so they can dance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or he's ratatouilleing them under a hat. That's how he's controlling
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the dream lineup.
What about you, Curly? What is your dream?
My dream blunt rotation.
stream?
We don't
What you mean, Blair?
I actually don't know. I don't really think about it that much, because I don't really play because I just like to play games or just chat shit, right?
Yeah.
But I feel it's such a I would hate to have to script it. I don't know. What I do?
You want more time to think?
Unironically, just play Among Us. Just get everyone out and play Among Us. Fuck it, get everybody in.
All right, who's your dream Among Us lobby?
Dream Among Us lobby.
Oh, that's a fire question. Who is your dream Among Us lobby?
Do you know who gets an honorary shout? Who gets an honorary go in?
Nandre.
Yeah.
Nandre was getting in mine regardless.
Yeah. No, I still occasionally think of how much I laughed at that fart. I'm a 26-year-old man. I laughed so fart in that Among Us lobby we were in.
For those who don't know, oh god, what was it, 8 or so months ago at this point?
Yeah, quite a while back now. Yeah.
We set up an Among Us lobby that was us, S3K, Vale, a Spectacore, Afghans was invited but he didn't show up.
Nandre.
Andre was there.
Stans.
It was basically we wanted to play Among Us with Stans, but we felt like we had to bring people with, so we brought Neg Psychic, who dat?
Brogan was
Evan,
nearly in.
Evan, yeah, Brogan was almost there.
Frogan was almost in. E was almost in.
Yeah.
That's the crazy one. E's actually a bigger get than Stans, to be honest. I would, at the time I wasn't, but if thinking back, if we'd have played with E, because I think he was literally on a plane somewhere, and if he wasn't, he said he would be down to play Among Us with Stans and people.
That's so funny.
And I would look back in that, and I've been yeah, I played Among Us with EE. Fuck, that was cool. I played EE with the #1 cheater of games.
I've thought about it. Mine are gonna be streamers. Mine are gonna be just when they play with
VTubers.
AOC,
You're gonna play VTubers Among Us.
Yeah. Iron Mouse gets in. Iron Mouse and Andre.
And AOC. Nick Fuentes. You love Nick Fuentes. Yeah.
God damn it.
Bojo gets in.
Yee.
Bojo.
Yee does not get in. He actively is banned.
Jordan Peterson, he's allowed.
Andy Tate, he's in.
I hate it here.
Andy Tate is the imposter.
Captain Beanie's in.
Okay.
Okay, we've got Bojo, Nandre, Iron Mouse, and Captain Beanie, the goats.
I feel like Jody rounds that one out nicely.
Yeah, Jody's good as well. Now I'm thinking about it, I just feel like I just want to pick all these random ass people. Do you know Captain Buckethead or whatever hell his name is?
Yeah, the politician.
Yeah, get him in.
Famous politician. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Lord, there's Binhead as get Bin and Buckethead, get both of them in.
Cyril the Swan.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Cyril the Swan. Oh, what about Bussy as well? We'll get Bussy in there.
Bussy's in. Donosaurus is in.
Mr. Blobby and Mr. Bean.
And Mr. Blobby and Mr. Yeah, that's 11 people. Yeah, sure, they're all in.
We'll mod the lobby.
God damn it. Well, you can do up to 15 now.
Oh, never mind. Oh,
okay. Well, it's Liz Truss.
Liz Truss
Blue Van Man.
Of course.
Oh, Kay from Kay's Cooking. Oh,
Kay from Kay's Cooking.
No, wait, no, Ronaldo and not Ronaldo from I Showed Speed stream.
And then Kay's Cooking. Yeah. Actually, no, not even Kay from Kay's Cooking. Her son.
Yes. Who eats all the awful shit.
Yeah, they're in. What a
stag lobby. In fact, I think you said too many people, so you're not invited anymore, Curly, I'm afraid. So this lobby just happened to invite. Yeah.
I'm doing comms. I'm doing like casting. I'm casting the event. I get listening to everyone's like mics, and I'm like, oh, Mr. Beanie's approached Blue Van Man.
Can you imagine the awful mic quality of Blue Van Man and the guy from Kay's Cooking?
You know what the thing is though? Blue Van Man actually has a good setup.
Well, that's true. That's true. He does record like decent quality audio and video. So
yeah, I feel like Captain Beanie would be on his phone. He'd be playing on the phone, and everyone else would be playing on PC.
He'd be playing on a bean. Playing on a tin of beans.
And then Jody also.
Of course.
Yeah. Jody's audio quality might not be great either. Let's be honest. Right. What about you, Z? What's your like dream stream?
Well, I was gonna have you tell us about your dream Lego Racers tournament.
But Lego Racers doesn't allow for like if someone mods a multiplayer Lego Racers where like it allows like the amount of players. I don't know. Just like anyone who'll come because then like that's not gonna get a lot of takers.
That's sad.
No, but like for my like genuine answer, like I kind of want to like I kind of want to do like a load of different things. Like I'd really want to do like a consistent like D&D stream. I'd want to do like a Game Grump style thing where it's like chopped up and then put onto channels. I'd want to do like I just want to do like a load of different things, but just with a little bit more polish than I've got like the time to put into.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one thing I hate about streaming is the fact that I'm just like in the void of my own thing, just sitting in my room talking to sometimes literally no one. And I'm like, how do I turn this into content? Whereas like I need that sort of formulaic, like this is the content, I can get this done, and I just need like that level of structure and that level of sort of polish and routine to drive me through. That's really the goal there.
Yeah, having to be like self-reliant on like having to do the thing is really the worst part about streaming. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Because as someone who's like not very self-motivated, having to like force myself to go live and actually do the thing is blah. But my dream stream, I've said before, I'll say it again, Cutie, big fan. Love your merch, by the way, as well. It looks just white on this, but I've got the Fuck the Patriarchy sweater. I want to host, because I've already talked about it, I'm kind of working my way towards it. Like basically affiliate shit camp, and just like I want to do like bigger streams, but for smaller streamers to like show off all of the amazing talent that just like doesn't get the spotlight it deserves on Twitch. And that's like my goal really, is to just show off all of these really cool hype small streamers. Because like I've said before, I think that like America's Got Talent or like American Idol, but for small streamers, I think would be really cool. Like because the name I have in mind is like America's Next Top Model is like Twitch's next big streamer or whatever.
Megalol. Yeah.
Right.
Twitch's next to Megalol.
I think that'd be really cool. But the thing that sucks is that like on TV, it seems to work because like Survivor, Big Brother, like none of those are like famous people, but like people like tune in and like are gripped to like watch that stuff. But like when bigger streamers do stuff with smaller streamers, no one gives a shit. Like people only will click into like people only click into like big names that they know really, because like there's just so much happening on Twitch at any given time. And so like a show like that I don't think would be super successful, but it's still something that I would like love to do and lose a bunch of money on.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think it's like a slow climb, like with the Fortnite Mondays or whatever, like Ludwig's Fun Mondays featuring Fortnite, whatever. Like it had like some smaller streamers on there who ended up getting some sort of visuals from people tuning into all sort of like all angles and trying to watch everything of it. So that helped. Like I'm not sure like exactly what happened there for those two like specifically, but I'm sure like Vale and Afghans will have seen something from that. Especially with like I really liked it when they like mixed the teams around, so then Afghans ended up on like Nick Pollum's team.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So like stuff like that's like really hype.
I love that. I loved that whenever it happened. People were like, "Oh, cringe." I was like, "That's perfect. That's what needed to happen."
Yeah.
So it's gonna make all these people get forced to work, not even work together, but like acknowledge each other. and it's the only way that.
Yeah,
and
like
especially the smaller people are gonna even have like an eye, because otherwise, like, no offense, but like S3K aren't exactly the biggest thing in the world, and the fact that like, if I don't know, they weren't in that week, I don't think, but like if someone from there had been ripped out and put somewhere else, like that's a platform like instantly.
especially
And
considering
even
they were all like decent at the game, like that's like
Yeah.
a big thing, like especially for that one, like is if Psychic, or I believe Psychic and Neg were both decent. I mean, I think all of them were, but like
It was Psychic, Neg,
Specifically,
Hudat,
Psychic
and then they had
was-
Shoddy Santi with them, and they ended up getting third place overall
Yeah,
the week that they
I
competed.
think Psychic specifically carried, but I don't know that for sure.
He's small,
But yeah,
young
like
child, so I
like
just
if
assumed
so,
he
like
was
if Psychic like was like mixed around, and then someone like he was put on a team, and then like that team like maybe wasn't as good, and he carried a team of like bigger streamers that people like really enjoy watching, then people are going to be like, oh, this guy's really cool. He like helped my streamer get to a good position in this tournament. So
Psychic, the people's champion.
yeah,
It's gonna be a really weird comparison, and maybe Xillya more about me, but obviously technically it's dead now, right? Spoilers. But like at the time, whenever he started, I know spoilers is the wrong word, but like
Right.
at the time, whenever he was coming up, I remember learning who he was through. It's really cringe, but Keemstar used to run Minecraft Mondays. If anyone remembers that.
yeah.
Like technically, I'm sure had his own like platform on his own right, but that was what kind of made him like the fucking goat of like PvP Minecraft in like a lot of like normal people's eyes. Like I remember watching him like team with Shalat, who was kind of crap at the game, but like he just carried anyone the team that he was on carried and won every week, and that was like what put him like on the map. Like that's what put him in Mr. Beast videos and like put him like him versus Dream, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's things like that could literally perpetuate you to like the goat of like a thing. Yeah, like I don't know how good he actually was at Minecraft. I didn't watch that much of his content. But like when
he
he
was
was on
so
other
Yeah,
good.
people's stuff.
insanely good.
He was like one of the
Yeah.
greatest.
And it's stuff like that. Like I'm not saying it's gonna be in that same ilk, but it could be something like that. It could just perpetuate someone to have like an amazing career, like he.
Yeah.
Which, but you know, I'm not saying that like fucking Psychic's gonna be like the night and I'll do whatever, but you know, it could be something like that, and that's just what some people need to get a leg up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only example I can think of off the top of my head, because I watched a lot of Minecraft Monday, an embarrassing amount of Minecraft Monday, considering it was ran by Keemstar.
That
But-
explains so much, actually.
Well, I will say, like, as much as like I'm not saying this to defend Keemstar in any way, I think he's a colossal asshole. Minecraft Mondays was like extremely hype and like one of, if not the only good thing that Keemstar has ever produced and put on the internet. Like,
Even though it had its own thing. Anyway, we can move on from Minecraft Monday. I just thought it was a comparison that like the more stuff like that needs to happen to like give people an up. I don't say it needs to happen, but I feel like it should happen. It'd be hype.
yeah, and I
There's
think
obviously
I think it
hidden
needs that
gems.
element of like mixing communities as well, because like the Vale and Afghans doing things with like stands and like even to an extent like Ludwig's community, like there'll still be some growth there, but that community is already kind of aware of who they are.
Yeah.
So like the ones who are gonna jump and go to Vale streams are already there. He's not really gonna convert anyone else because they've already seen enough for him to go, I'm gonna go to Vale stream or I'm not gonna go to Vale stream. Whereas like if you got switched onto a team of like someone from OTK, I'm not gonna say any
Which
names because if I
happened
do,
with-
by the time this episode goes live, they'll probably be cancelled. So someone whoever's left. Like they end up on their team, and then the OTK network's aware of like who they are, and then people like that. I know Vale has actually done an OTK episode and been in all of those radars as well, but still, like just like an example, like just getting into an area where those people just have no idea of even the bigger streamers that you've come from. Then just to get that sort of audience there, to just and then you get an amalgamation of those two, and then you build your own sort of community around that. That these people that are there to see you rather than here to see someone, because say Stans isn't live so they're here to see you, or Ludwig isn't live so they're here to see you. I think that's always just a better thing to have that community of like people coming from different places.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ludwig run events, we had our predictions for chess boxing, and we did not know the proper card at all, because it had like there was like 3 or 4 matches that had been updated
We were
since
so wrong.
since we saw.
Yeah,
I would say
yeah, that does not really clear us of how wrong we were, because we were very wrong still.
Did you
so.
watch
Of the 9
curiosity?
matches, we only missed 4.5. So we went literally 50%.
And let's be honest, the one that we said about Stans, we were sort of half joking just to be like, fuck you, Stans. So like,
Did you watch it at all, Xillya, or have any knowledge? Did you see it at all?
Yeah.
Before we even burst into it?
Yeah. I didn't watch the middle bit, but I watched like probably the first 3 and then the last few.
so you watched
Fair,
like
you watched
the Smashbox, like the Smashboxing stuff? Or-
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
And then I watched from the women's match to the end.
Okay.
Oh, so good. Well, I guess we could talk about them briefly.
So the first one, Fiction versus Kalindi. We were very wrong. Fiction absolutely fucking rocked Kalindi.
Yeah.
The
first
other
fight.
one.
The first one was Spud, was it not?
Yeah, the first one was supposed to be Joshman versus Spud. We had voted on Joshman, so technically we were voting for Spud to lose. So we end up being correct on technicality because Tusate absolutely mollywopped him in Smash and in the ring. Was not close.
Joshman couldn't compete because he had a broken arm, basically, right? I think he still could have won. I genuinely think
Roasted.
it was so bad. That guy was so bad. It's like he had never he went, oh, there's boxing, but like I'll just
beat
away.
him in Smash before we get to the
Yeah.
boxing. Like, that was it's like, and then he found out that wasn't how it worked on the day.
He was like, shit, I've never even put on boxing gloves before. What am I doing?
He wasn't even wearing any wrist like support. It's like,
I mean, like, fair play to him for doing it, but like at the same time, it was not a beautiful performance, to say the least.
yeah, in
Right.
terms of like the Smash boxing, like the first one was like exactly the kind of Smash boxing where I was like, this is what Smash boxing is going to be, and I'm not going to understand it, and it's going to be cringe. And then the second one, I was like, okay, I can kind of get behind this. Like, I don't really understand what's happening in Smash still, because I still don't really understand Melee all that much, but I can kind of understand who's up, and like the narration was quite good, because I'm not sure who the other guy there was that was with them with Slime and Ludwig, but he was like really good at sort of knowing both Smash and boxing, which was really good.
I also love that Curly absolutely called it, and they brought in a fucking Jigglypuff player.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Float around in stall out time.
But yeah, that second match was like, it was like so much better. Like it, like the boxing was so much better, and like just like you were actually able to see like the whole sort of the exhausted thing, which then played into like the chess boxing, because obviously it's the same sort of thing of like the exhaustion of boxing is what plays into chess, and that's the whole sort of like vibe of chess boxing, of why it works, of this combination of like different techniques, and like it was seen in Smash, and it actually like that was like a good advertisement for like Smash boxing could be comparable to like how chess boxing works, and you could probably do an entire event of Smash boxing at that rate.
Moving on to the chess boxing, though, round one of the two big controversies of the night, Stan's popping his arm out. We did say we thought Box was going to win, just because the chess disparity was so high. But then Stan starts beating Box's ass in chess, but then he unfortunately popped his shoulder out in round two. So.
Yeah, honestly, crazy. Like it's so unfortunate, because it's like dislocated. Like it wasn't even like even if he'd have lost like horrendously, like on both bits. Like, that would have at least been memorable for, oh my god, he was, like, the worst in the competition. But no, he just, like, had to give up because of an injury, which is just, like, it just makes it so, like, forgettable, which is unfortunate for it. Yeah. It's, like, because the fight didn't really happen, like, beyond, like, round two, it's an easy one to just forget when you're talking about the fights that happened.
Yeah.
To be fair, when you look back at the chess, and the fact that Box blundered his queen, right?
Yes.
Because he tried to defend it with the bishop, opposed to moving his queen, which was which, like, I'm not a chess savant by any means, but that's not how that works.
Correct. Unless you're like trading queens, you always want to like move your queen out of danger usually.
But then that shows the whole like the pressure of the situation, and like because he was a much better chess player, like elo wise, than Stans was, and like that, like you should know that, like if you're above 1,000 elo, you should know not to do that. And it just shows that like the boxing and the combination of there's something goes on there.
Yeah, there was a few instances of that, which we can talk about when we talk about those specific fights. But yeah, we found that a lot with like players with higher elos just not being able to deal with either exhaustion from the boxing or the pressure of the entire match and everything, meaning that their skills became a lot more even than expected.
Shout out to Toph, though, as Stan said about 400 times, who apparently just sat with him for 40 minutes and did openings like constantly. Like the first like 10 moves, like they just practiced it for 40 minutes
Nice.
I was like, that's really cool. Just so he wouldn't fuck up the first like 10 moves, which is really important, I guess.
And then we had Myth and Chordley's, which we called right. We said that Myth was gonna go ham on him. Apparently, Chordley's lost by timeout in chess, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Significantly. Did you watch it?
No, I watched stands and then I had to go live for Free Game Friday.
So what happened was Chorley's clearly did not know how to play chess.
Yeah, it's
Like
pretty
clearly
rough on the
had
chess
never
front.
had never played it in his entire life. He like sat for like a minute staring at the board, like genuinely just staring. And
Yeah,
he got to the
like
point where,
he was it was like where it was like it looked like he was trying to figure out not only like a good move but like a legal move.
illegal move.
like can this horse piece go here? Was kind of like what it looked like the process was.
To be fair to him, a very entertaining bloke. He's probably a bit weird. Don't know him personally, but very funny. It's the fact that like he would like hold on to the pawn and then turn around to the crowd and be like, "Oh."
Yeah, there was a lot of entertainment value there.
That one was fun, especially because like I don't know anything about boxing. I don't know anything about chess. But it was fun to see that like they were both able to have fun with it. Like as much as he was like memeing a lot, like Myth was able to bounce off that, and that one just I was like it was a fun little in between all the like serious like
yeah. Like by the end of it, Z for context, Myth had like 3 minutes on Shirley.
Wow.
Yeah, so there could have been another boxing round if Myth wanted.
Yeah.
There was a point where Myth pressed the clock for him. Because he forgot to do it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was just in that one, but there was a few where like pressing the clock just like was a afterthought for some of the people.
Afterthought.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Yeah, like if you were just playing like chess like to train, you might not be using like an actual like physical clock, and it might just not be a part of the routine that you learn, so that it's not something you're prepared
I will
for.
say, I would like to see that fight again because the actual fight was good. Like Myth looks built. Charlie could take a punch. I'd like to see them do it in like Creator Clash or something. Like just do it like pure boxing because I think it was good.
I was like, I have a story similar to that. I used to do chess tournaments when I was in high school, and we had like several times like you're going to get your opponent, they make their move, they forget to hit their clock, and then you just stay there staring at the board for like 3 or 4 minutes until they figure out that they didn't hit their button. Like, damn, sucks to suck, dude. So then we had Abroad in Japan was supposed to be versus Papa Plot, but got swapped out for Overflow. And Overflow ended up losing to Abroad in Japan, and we picked Abroad in Japan to lose.
Which, to be clear, I said it's coming home. So
yeah, to be fair, both of them said it's coming home. So I guess I was the only one taking this L.
To be fair, right, it was actually really good. The boxing wasn't as great. Overflow, I think, or Overt Flow or whatever his name was probably a better boxer. I'd say it was kind of close. Abroad in Japan, which says real name, which anyway.
Speaking of real names, we'll get to this later, but Toast's name is fucking Jeremy, apparently.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Jeremy
Jeremy Toast.
Jeremy disguised Toast. What was I gonna say? But Chris Broad, I'm fairly sure should have done better in the chess, but he blundered. He blundered really badly, and then just won on time. That's what happened. It was good. It was interesting. Not much more to say about it, really.
Yeah, there was a good mix of results, which was nice. Like people losing in boxing,
Yeah.
people losing in chess, people losing for different reasons in boxing and chess.
To be fair, I said there was going to be no TKOs. I'm fairly sure I confidently said that in the last episode. Which, you know what,
You said everyone was going to lose on time on chess.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when, like, off the bat, it was like TKO in the first round. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you did, Curly, but I didn't expect, like, the way that, like, you know, like, the counts worked, like, of, like, even if you put your arms against, like, out of play, then that means that
we'll
they'll
talk
count
about
you.
that.
And, yeah. I know we'll talk about that a bit more later on, but, like, just in general, like, the way that was done, because obviously it's, like, lower level, so it's not going to be... They've actually sustained injury, it's just more, like, tired, and if the ref can see that they're tired, they're going to give them
I guess for context, if anyone listening to this didn't know, the way they did the boxing was if there was 3 standing counts in a round, So it was not like a total of 3 within all the rounds. If there was 3 in one particular round,
Yeah, was it? I think was it a total of 4 throughout the entire thing, and then 3 in one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an automatic TKO.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about, but like,
it may or may not come into play in one of the later matches.
Yeah.
The rounds are only 130 seconds, or not 130 seconds.
90
1
seconds.
minute 30 seconds, 90 seconds long. Minute and a half. I've seen it in my head as 130.
Right. I know what you meant.
So like that's quite unlikely. So like if you're not defending, like that means you're being unable to defend yourself for like because bear in mind the count still counts towards the clock. So that's 30 seconds. Like that's 30 seconds where there's no boxing, which means you've been unable to defend yourself at some point within 60 seconds of the remaining of that round. Do you know what I mean? So it seemed like it was going to be very unlikely, but that was not the case. Was that the next fight, actually? Does that smoothly move into the next fight? If not, we could just talk about that fight.
I'm kind of just going in whatever order we had them written down at.
Yeah. So the one
next we had the Grandmaster versus the International Master.
Is that next? We'll talk about that after.
I don't know chronologically how it went through the night, but that's what we had written down
We'll
next.
we'll just go with the one we're talking about. So Andrea Bortez and Dino.
Okay.
The last name.
Dino's last name here. Yeah.
Their match it was amazing, and honestly, like I don't know if you guys have a different opinion about the result. I think perfect result.
Doing the split championship. Or like
and then also the way that they reacted to it of like, nah, fuck that rematch, let's go, like in like the fun, let's do it again way, which was really nice to see. Like it was nice to see that there wasn't like animosity between like, oh maybe I should have won, and like a little bit of like, like awkward tension there. They just turned that into let's have fun. We had fun this time, which I don't know. I kind of was worried about that just from like because just to be clear, and Dre Bortez lost the match due to it was a technically time, but it was a forfeit in chess. But it was within like 2 seconds and checkmate and like
but controversially, in the previous boxing round, the ref had started his third standing count, which should have been a TKO for Andrea.
Yeah, so it was both the third standing count and also the fourth of the entire match. So like on both of accounts of like how that would be a TKO and a KO, like that would have been.
And also like he waited way too long to start counting.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? And then it was like he said like 1 and the buzzer rang, so they were like, hey, I guess we're going to chess. It was interesting.
I think what happened, Ludwig explained it really well. I think in the Mogul Mail explained it really well in the Mogul Mail video. Or what's supposed to happen is if the referee starts his count, the bell's not supposed to ring because the round can't end until the count's done. But because he had just started it,
it was at the same time.
They were at the same time.
That's not what Ludwig said at all. He shouldn't have even started the third count. At the time you would go to count for the third time, you just call it as a TKO.
Yeah, like you don't count for the count. Yeah, if there's a third one, you don't need to count. Yeah.
He doesn't need to count, but that didn't go through his head, I assume.
Yeah.
But either way, even if he had started counting and it was like the second one, technically he would have to do the whole count before the bell rang. Also, that's also the rule how it works. Because once the bell rings, the round is over. So in theory, he doesn't need. It's a stupid technicality.
So that's the issue with the technicality is if he did need to count, then it wouldn't. But the fact that he didn't need to count, but he did count, is like the main issue.
Yeah, I think like you were saying though, like I do think it was like Botez's win, but I think they handled it really well. That it went differently than that. Like I think everyone handled that really well.
A bunch of mature adults got together and made a mature decision.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Never in history has that ever happened.
I'll say for our purposes, we marked Dina down as a win. This is the one I'm giving us a half point because, who fucking knows?
Yeah, exactly. I will say
that was also one Dina did blunder a checkmate at one point.
Well, actually mismating one on the board.
Mismating one, yeah.
Or mating one, sorry, yeah. She also did tweet out saying, let's have the rematch in Russia, and everyone's like...
How about Qatar? They've got a bunch of stadiums that will need using in the next one.
But yeah, what was that? Oh, then after was the actual... I was going to say the actual... Everyone else, technically Dina is the greatest player, and Andrea in her own right. But like the actual, was it international
The International Master versus the Grandmaster.
Yeah,
and we thought that the
was, like,
IM was
the title
gonna
card at
rock
some
the
point,
fucking nerd GM. Both on the, or we thought the GM was gonna win on the board, and then the IM was just gonna like fucking bully him in the ring, and that's not what happened at all. The GM was winning in chess, and then he fucking knocked the dude out in the first round.
The GM was lethal. Like,
yeah,
actual GM and everything.
yeah, don't ever like. Honestly, like the big takeaway here is don't fuck with chess nerds. They ain't playing.
Yeah, so we got that one wrong.
I will say your man came out afterwards and was like, the way he was raging after the fight, he was like, I should have won, blah, 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 or I could still fight. But then he did later come out on Twitter and go, oh, yeah, no, my socks were rocked. I had no idea what was going on. He was like, I ain't got a clue.
Yeah, I think in that moment, I think in that moment when you still got like adrenaline, like I think someone could make that call for you better than you could, that you can't fight anymore, and like for you that would be frustrating. It's like, no, I'm not out. Stop counting. It's like, but you're like literally on the floor, like.
He basically did that. He went, no.
Yeah, like I can see that from that perspective where it's like in your head you're like still stood up and like ready to go, whereas like his arms might have been like way by the side and like. Yeah.
But he did tweet. Basically tweeted after being like, oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
my head's sore now.
I just think it's an understandable position for that guy to be in, where he thinks like the fight isn't over. Please don't make it over. Please don't let me lose on both accounts of chess and boxing.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember if Stan said this or if Ludwig said this, but they did like sort of debrief them and were like, hey, like this is not like as much as it's like serious, it's like, hey, for you use your brains and your like faces, like you're a brand, you are all brands in your own right.
Yeah.
We're not gonna let you get your shit locked in. Like it's not fair. Like the referee said, I was like, this is what you do for a living. Like especially the chess. Like imagine they just got hit wrong and then something just they forgot how to chess. Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine that happened.
Also, yeah, one thing I'll say, I don't actually remember the guy's name, but there was the commentator that was a chess boxing professional himself. Good energy. I liked that guy.
Yeah, Matt Taylor, I believe. Matt Taylor.
Yeah, he was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was a bit during, I think it was during the last fight where it was or it might have been during the women's fight where it was where he was like stood up and Ludwig was like, are you gonna sit down? And he was like, sit down. No, everyone stand up. And then, like, everyone in the audience stood up, and it was like that crowd control was so good. I was like, that was hype. Like that was a really hype moment. Like because Ludwig was like, yeah, why are we sitting down? Let's stand up and get everyone going. Like and just like you could see like half the audience or whatever just like joined in of like being like, yeah, let's go. For like this last bout of boxing of this match. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure which one it was again, but it was a good moment.
Fair. And then is there only one more fight, or
we have two? There was what was supposed to be Sardosh and Toph. I would like to issue a formal apology. I apparently was talking that good shit about Toph's chess skill, and but apparently he's like 1800 rated and like could be titled if he wanted to. So my B. So knowing that, I still probably would have had Toph losing, and because we did pick Sardosh over Toph, and Hugs ended up beating Toph. That was another one of the cards that got switched. So I don't feel too bad about it, but I definitely was disrespecting Toph's chess game for sure.
Were we? I thought we were talking good about Toph. I thought we were saying Toph was like one of the best chess players in like the non-chess.
I said he was good, but he was under Sardosh, is what I had said, and apparently it would have been close. It would have been like a 400-point gap in Toph's favor.
Okay, I was thinking I had no idea who Sardosh was, and trust me straight, and I was like, okay, and I was like, I thought Toph was kind of goated, but fair.
Yeah,
so we were talking about him in what's it called, the chess.com PogChamps. That's it. We were talking about that he was really good in that.
Yeah, because Sardosh won a PogChamps, and I was like, I mean, Toph didn't win fucking PogChamps.
Right, I see. That makes sense then.
Toph took the grind after PogChamps and just became a goat of chess.
Yeah.
To be fair, Hugo, as he is apparently known, aka Hugs, he's fucking built like a shit brick house. Holy shit.
Yeah.
The image of him like standing next to the ref with his guard in his mouth is very funny. It's like Mom said it's my turn on Xbox. And
also, I think it was A-Truck who said that, but every picture of Germa where he looks photoshopped in and looks tiny, like someone scaled him down. Like it's crazy. Like we said, I think we talked about this off stream, but like Germa's like not like a short guy. Like he's just
5'10", 5'11", I think.
Yeah, like he's not like tiny, but like he looks tiny in like all the images and all the videos and stuff.
It's just because a lot of those people were really big, so it is what it is. But yeah, Hugs. It's unfortunate for Toph. I think if maybe he could have got him in the chest if he had got another round, but just unfortunate that.
Looking at them, are they even in the same weight class? Because like Hugs is significantly larger than Toph is.
So you said this, but their weight, I'm fairly sure they're the same weight. It's just because Hugs is shorter, and that's kind of how weight works. Like the taller you are, the more distributed it is, and the shorter you are, the more like it makes him look like. Yeah. Like wide boy, like fucking big. I don't know what how to describe it, but he has, if I'm not mistaken, has like a background in powerlifting, so that probably also helped.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But yeah, then, so Hugs ended up winning that by TKO in the first round of boxing. And then our main event of the evening, we had Point Crow versus Toast.
Love this fight. Just to set that off. So such a good fight. Like, I really enjoyed it.
I have not seen it, but I do know that apparently Point Crow missed checkmate and won on board as well. And then he also just like completely punted after that. It ended up not going well at all.
He also punted directly for the Gahulis at one point as well.
That is true.
It was funny because they were making jokes about whenever I think it was when Stans was going on, they were talking about how Point Crow in the Discord was like, "Can we have cups? Our cups. I need a cup, please. Can we have cups?" And then in the fight, he goes for the ball shot. They were like, "Hey, that was premeditated." It was really good. It was really good. It was actually the most wholesome fight of the whole night. Yeah. Like they had the little hug out.
The hug at the last round is so cute. Like.
Yeah.
And I think it was like extra needed because like I mean, as far as I believe, Toast was the only one to bleed, right?
I believe you're.
Oh
yeah.
But yeah, there was a contact that made Toast bleed, and I think just showing a little bit of extra support there to the person who you've made bleed to be like, this is all fun and we're all good, right? It's like a nice thing as well.
Even the whole build up where Point Crow was like, Toast inspired me to stream.
Yeah, it was so nice, yeah.
And Toast just like, yeah, I'm gonna go and play some chess.
Yeah.
And Point Crow's being like all wholesome and shit, and Toast, yeah, I guess I'm here. Let's do it.
Yeah, there was a good level like throughout the entire event of like some people being wholesome. I really again like Dina and Andrea, they both had like some good like smack talk and like good rivalry.
Dina was brutal, brutal. The comment about like she better be good at podcast because her face is gonna be wrecked was actually a fire.
Yeah. Yeah, but then like at the end, Andrea was like, "I thought we played chess boxing, not chess hide and seek," and it's like just like some absolute heat from them both. It was great.
Yeah.
And then like Chudley had that like good chaotic like almost like wrestling level heel energy, which was like really like hype.
Also the walkout, Andrea's walkout was her on Alex's shoulders.
Yeah,
and then Dina walks out with like bloody like the X-Men, like it was creepy. It was so strange. It was like some sort of secret society that was like wheeling out their leader.
Yeah, the walkouts were so funny. They were some of the best bits. Like,
damn, if we were smarter and had thought about this, we should have done our tier list on chess boxing entrances. Yeah,
that would have been good.
I do think, unfortunately, just due to like how it was done, it was a little bit hard to like hear their like entrance music, which like made it a lot of their stuff. I'm fairly sure. Like, I heard Stans' back like through his like little thing where it was like him showing H Rocket, and like that song was like so hype, but like I couldn't tell really what was like being said like on the stream.
Yeah, Stans heavy hand, or what was it, Nathan heavy hand Stans, whatever they called him. But you could barely hear that unless you were paying attention.
The song was called Thunderdome. It's on Stans' YouTube channel if you haven't heard it yet.
It's really good.
It is a really good song.
I guess then we actually had one more fight that happened, which was
True.
Ludwig and Sea Dog VA. They had slap boxing, which was funny.
Slap chess.
Slap chess, yeah. Slap boxing would be so funny.
Slap each other for a round, and then you put the gloves on and actually just go ham on each other.
I do not feel like they were slapping each other as hard as they could have, and no. I swear I slapped Worm harder at TwitchCon than these guys were slapping each other, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, well slapping is very dangerous. Like, Ludwig even-
apparently they didn't have like any of the safety they were supposed to, and like
Yeah.
Ludwig easily could have broken his eardrum, which I think
yeah,
is
that
very
was
funny.
that was what was said in Mogul Mail. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like just like anything, like there was no protection, like any like a loose finger in an eye could have like caused some serious eye damage, and like literally like it was weirdly, even though there was like people bleeding in earlier rounds and like people getting really like badly punched in the face and some bad contacts, like
That was probably the most dangerous.
that was the most dangerous like fight of the evening. It was two people slapping each other.
It's because his word is in the face as well. It's because your temple, like a wrong hit on that side of your head, and
Yeah.
you're gone. Like you could just not dead. Well, maybe you could die technically, but like you could pass out. It's much more likely that you'll pass out or whatever. I do know that Ludwig said it was supposed to be XQC, and I just have a feeling if Ludwig slapped XQC, it would fall out of the room.
I think he would crumble. I think he'd like turn to dust.
He would.
Yeah, it seems like someone he could probably throw a pretty good slap, but he does not seem like someone who can take a slap.
No, it gives me like it gives me like Voldemort like baby vibes. No, like whenever Voldemort's like a little baby and he's like that. Like I just imagine that.
Gives you baby Voldemort vibes. Oh god. Now baby
But
Voldemort
anyway.
XQC is gonna have to be in the thumbnail.
But Sea-Dog, I like Sea-Dog VA a lot, so I wasn't disappointed in that.
Yeah, and it was
And
it was very entertaining for sure.
Yeah.
It was nice.
He has a voice for it, to be fair as well.
Yeah.
He was trying to hype everybody up.
Yeah,
So that's what the VA stands for in CA. Did you actor? And you know what's so funny? In the commentary, Levy was like, "No, I would have stopped." Like he was like, "Oh my god, that's it." Because Connor said, or Ludwig was like, "Oh, it's Connor Dog, voice actor, man," and he was like, "Wait, that's what the VA stands for." Like, you're an idiot. Big man knows all he needs to know. VA stands for voice actor. But
Put in the dirt. But
Anyway.
speaking of slapping worm at TwitchCon, Xillya, you have now officially been to America, because for those who don't know, Xillya is Canadian, right?
Yes.
Wait, you didn't tell us that before you booked the guest. We
we
said never again.
Never again. Have we had a Canadian before?
No, never again a non-American.
Disrespected XQC.
True.
Oh
Is he not,
no!
like, he's not the only famous Canadian.
Justin Bieber and XQC, that's all they got.
Sorry, guys.
But no,
Oh, I'm Pokemon. Sorry, I'm Pokemon.
so talk that good shit. What do you like about Canada versus US? What are some things that were like different that you didn't expect to be different, or like what was more similar than you thought it would be?
Not enough poutine in America.
Genuinely? No. 'Cause I understand that it's like Canada's thing, but I didn't realize that meant that it like wasn't there, and I was confused. Like I was like, genuinely, I was like, where's the poutine?
That's great.
It was interesting. I've been to America before then, but like it had been a while. No, actually that's a lie. I went to San Diego a year prior to that.
To San Diego specifically, yeah.
Yes, I really do love San Diego. It's a lovely. It's so nice. It's so cool there. They have like a lot of culture there, which is nice. Yeah, not enough poutine. TwitchCon flopped their event. I don't have much to say about America itself, you know.
I feel free to dunk on us. I'm the only American here, and I violently hate America. I probably hate America more than they do. So
Yeah, I just
Feel
like
free
I
to
don't
talk
have
your
like
shit.
specifics to say about like when I was there. I just think like America as a whole could do better. So
That's
valid.
Yeah.
The first one to ever say that. That's crazy.
but yeah. F Twitch. L Twitch.
That's Twitch.
Hey, I'll say it though. Twitch did manage to get that good milk sponsor there.
He did.
It's so true. Big Milk really like their agenda was pushed.
I think an email was mixed up because they just wanted to get big milkers at TwitchCon.
Yeah.
They didn't invite me. What the fuck?
Fuck, because you damn. My follow-up question was, what Canadian thing would you like to spread to other countries? But we literally already talked about poutine. So
Yeah. Poutine.
Do you have anything else?
I'd like to see like an opposite. Like I'd like to see XQC just go back to Canada, and just like just stay like just in Canada and like not on the internet and.
So I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to make sure I know exactly what poutine is.
It's basically like gravy and cheese curds on fries.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like they have it in Germany. Okay, I've had it in Germany.
Yeah, it's Poutine, right? Poutine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to spell it, but Vladimir Putin kept coming up. So
actually named after the dish. Funnily enough,
that's crazy. That's why
it was actually
it's pronounced Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, it was his mother's favorite dish.
Gosh.
Yeah, I was trying to find it, and I was like, "I cannot get out of it. This guy's just in the way. Like, move out of the way."
I was violently aware that Canadians say like AG words differently, like words ending in AG.
Yes.
And I was so violently aware when day one they gave us a swag bag. And and everyone's like, "Where's your swag bag?" And I'm like, "You mean my swag bag?" And I was so violently aware that I was the only one that was saying it differently, and I can't even think about those words anymore because it hurts my head.
That is something I've commented on before, is that like 90% of the time your accent doesn't come through, but like when you say bag and flag, you're begging your flag. It's very fun. Yes. Because you flag in Minecraft, yeah.
In Minecraft?
Or not Minecraft, Minesweeper, sorry.
Yeah.
One of those mine things.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, that was...
Nope, not that one. Flagging all the problematic things in the entire book is just flagged.
Yeah, saved. Imagine flagging all the problematic things in Minecraft rather than just writing off the whole book and just being like, yeah, let's just we'll leave that one.
These two sentences, not bad. Everything else,
yeah. It's just chapter one. That's the only you could read that and then stop.
This is the first time where it wasn't my fault that this came up.
Mine fault.
God damn it! Shut up.
It's a real struggle that I have. My struggle.
So without doxing yourself too, Xillya, are you from bag milk Canada or bottle milk Canada?
No, okay. No, not.
You're fine then.
Yeah.
You're acceptable. We tried to get. Lioneagle, do you remember about 10 years ago when they tried to bring bag milk to the UK?
Yeah, there was a time when they tried to bring bag milk, and then everyone was like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Yeah, I don't know why you would choose. Why would you bring it?
To be fair,
have it figured out.
It's less plastic, I think, is what.
In Canadian fridges, they also have a milk dispenser built into the fridge, and you just replace the bag, and then it dispenses milk. It actually is kind of cool.
Here they were selling
I've been to
Big
Milk Canada, and I've never seen that in my life.
Really?
Yeah,
Big Bag Milk has got to see.
They just they have and all the people that I know that live in Big Milk Canada, just have a dedicated jug for it, and they just put the bag in the jug and they cut the side of it and then they.
It sounds like it doesn't sound like it sounds like a place now.
I'm from Bagjook, Canada.
Or
Bagjook, just outside of Winnipeg.
Maybe you might be happy to hear I am infiltrating the UK in January.
Yo.
Yeah.
Where are you? I was gonna say where are you going? You don't have that. Whereabouts? And are you going to England? I assume.
Yeah. I'm gonna be just outside of Birmingham for 6 months.
All right.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah. I don't want to say it, but good luck.
If you're interested in seeing stuff and travel, I guess the good thing about the UK is there's so many different kinds of cultures and different kinds of people that are so close. Unlike the America, the US, because it's so big. At least you could literally go to Scotland or Wales or quite easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that'll be really nice. Just the accessible travel will be.
Mm-hmm. It's easier to get to Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland or Ireland to get one state to another majority of the time.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, because I'm pretty sure Texas is the entire size of England or some shit.
That wouldn't.
It wouldn't
probably
surprise
bigger
me.
Than
UK.
Yeah. It's all I know is that Northern Ireland's only bigger than one state.
Let's go.
I'm let's go.
And that's Hawaii. So...
Well, and in Canada,
Rhode Island is the one that gets memed on for being small.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably only bigger than Rhode Island.
Go ahead, Xillya. Your
in Canada, everything like our population is so like we have like I think we're second biggest landmass, with like such a small amount of people. Like I don't know where we sit like population wise, but like not high, not high.
Yeah, I assume your population density goes very small.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of like Iceland and stuff, and like a lot of like unlivable stuff, or not unlivable, but like very hard to live in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
The Canadian population density is 4 people per square kilometer.
Can you compare that to something else?
Sure.
Compared
US,
to and compared to the UK
population
afterwards, because that's insanely the other way.
US is 36 per square kilometer, and then UK population density is 281.
We're packed in.
Yeah.
Because my knowledge of Canada is that like everything's kind of not like everything, but a lot of it's all quite close to the border, like with the US, or like, and it's all like spread out. Like a lot of the big cities are sort of like spread out along that. Like
Yeah, I think
all
I
the
don't know
major
this.
cities are.
I don't know like the like stat of it, but a crazy amount of our population lives within an hour of Toronto. Like a crazy amount.
Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah.
is he Canadian? Isn't he Canadian?
Who?
Drake?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Drake, XQC, Pokemon, and
And to be fair, there is
Northern Lion.
Yeah, there's also Northern Lion.
Logic Defender, Spectacore, shoutouts.
Sorry,
Absolutely brutal. Yeah, no, just to backtrack a little bit, at least in terms of like the Birmingham area, like the whole sort of Black Country is like a good place for like a good place in England to actually know about English history rather than some of like the other places that are a bit more touristy. So that is quite a good place to go.
Yeah, I think it'll be nice.
I don't know how big you are into like cities, but I personally don't like London.
Okay.
It's like if we're talking about like places that are really dense, London is atrocious, and it's
the expense absolutely, but I actually really love London. Like I love the underground and how easy it is to get from like one side to the other.
You're not wrong, but like but at the same time, like as someone who doesn't like to walk, it's just not my vibe.
Fair.
Like having to go down into the underground and be surrounded by like sweaty, like no.
Want to know the population density of London specifically?
It must be atrocious.
Any guesses? Lioneagle's guess.
No, just tell us. I haven't got a good considered guess.
5,598 people per square kilometer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's like if you ever know a streamer from London, don't ever expect them to not have like background noise of other people because it's like physically impossible. There's like 10 of them.
That's almost as much as Tokyo, which is the most dense city in the world.
Yeah, London's
6,100.
crazy like
yeah.
Like you cannot
That's
drive
insane.
in London, and if you do, you're like, there's no point. Like I've watched like streamers like or like YouTubers like do a video where they literally get from like one side, not even one side of London, like a part, the other part, and it takes an hour by like taxi. I'm like, no thanks. I could nearly cross the whole north if I really tried hard enough.
Yeah.
never mind trying to get from one side of London.
Yeah, if I wasn't specifically in quite a cringe place for transport, yeah, it'd be like so easy for me to get from like the north to the south or like anything like that in like really quick times.
It depends what you're into. Like I'm sure it's great and what have you, but there's so much, at least in the UK, that you can do in 6 months and be able to go from one place to another. You could go to Wales and see that place with a really long name. That'd be how.
True. You could see the Bean Museum.
You could also see the Bean Museum. We talked about Captain Beanie earlier in my Among Us lobby. He's this guy who has a
curator of the Baby Museum.
Yeah, and to be fair, it is in a government-owned house, which it's just strange to me. What a man, though. What a goat.
What a legend. Does amazing work for charity. Actually, an absolute legend.
Oh.
So, yeah, actually, he's the good guy.
Yeah.
And is apparently family friend of Jody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or family friend of family friend, or
it's Godfather.
There's a tangential.
Knows a guy.
Yeah.
Like.
I mean, I assumed that was how Wales worked anyway. It was just a guy who knows a guy, but
yeah, easy.
Yeah,
that's fair. Good luck outside of Birmingham when you get there.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so Curly brought an activity for us this week. Because normally we have the tier list where everyone does it on their own and then we come together. However, Curly was recommended a gay test for some reason. And I made the joke on Twitter. I was like, this week on the LSF podcast. So guess what, fuckers? We're doing the gay test.
We also need to do the tier list, but yes, fair.
We also do need to do the tier list. So I was like, we have Curly, who is a half gay, me, who is a less than straight. Lioneagle is fairly straight as far as I'm aware.
Fairly straight. Let's just go with straight. Let's.
Straight.
Well, when we take the quiz,
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Currently straight.
Yeah, the reason I didn't get the exact quiz that I got, but basically I seen this advertisement that it was like gay test. Like, actually, I'll read it exactly because I was like, pass or fail. What's the criteria for this? It says gay test. Test now. Good luck passing this 6-question test if you aren't gay. I'm like, what does that mean?
Speak to that.
But, so I went on to the most notable place to find another one because I couldn't find that one. That's WikiHow, of course, where all the best things come from.
Not me checking to make sure that all the adverts were like safe for work.
Yeah, it's WikiHow. You should be fine. Yeah.
I assume so, but and also it's Firefox, which I don't use at all, to make sure that there's never anything like, hey, look at this obscure porn you watch once. Yeah.
And this is why we don't stream live.
You won't last 5 minutes playing this game. Also, I'll bring it onto the. So true. I'll bring us onto the right screen now, because I've got it pulled up, and I love that this Armin P says, "I found out I'm gay. Thanks." It's a great comment from the for the quiz.
Good for them.
Right. Have you ever had feelings for the same-sex gender close friend? No, we're just friends. Don't think so, but we're so close. People joke that we're dating. Wait, there's a difference between friendships and a crush. Oh, I think so. That's why I'm taking this quiz.
So, how are we going to do this? Should we do it that instead of finding out one individual person, we all answer a question each? There's 12 questions. We could all answer. Oh, quick maths here. 3.
There goes go.
We got it! Woo!
So we could all answer like one each and see how if we all combined what we would be. Does that make sense?
Sure.
That's not how that would work, but I feel like it would be harder to come to consensus on this opposed to having each person individually answer what their opinion. It's up to you.
I like that. We'll just each person answers one.
Yeah.
So we'll just go down the line. Lioneagle, you're first online.
Okay. So I'll do a little bit of like padding out. So this one, like, that's just not generally how I like see people anyway. Like, if I see someone as a close friend, like, there's like that's already past the point where I won't see them like as a romantic partner.
Right.
Like, romantic partner is like something earlier down the line where I'm like, it's early down the line, or I see them as like a Twitch streamer that I used to edit for. So I don't think so. But, like, that has been a thing in the past where people have like joked about dating and stuff. But like,
fair.
I don't know. That was like when I was like a child. I don't know if that really counts.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten it since high
also
school.
A child?
Yeah. I was, we were both children. Just to be clear. But it's like, like when two kids of like, well, actually it was different genders, to be honest. So it's not really the same.
So no, then.
Because yeah, maybe nowadays you'll get it, but no parents when I was a kid were going to be saying when two boys were playing together, oh, they're going to get married. So I guess no, we're just friends then, is probably what I'd say there. So Curly, have you ever kissed someone or wanted to kiss someone of the same gender?
Hey, spoilers. Yes.
But was it great though?
Yeah, I actually, Alex, I got a fun
story
story.
time.
The first time I ever kissed another man, I was 18. I was in a nightclub, and it was the first time I'd ever went to a nightclub. And this guy,
fucking 1 for 100% win rate.
Totally fucking Riz God.
Let's fucking go. Never misses.
I had never met this guy before, but he was a guy that like everybody knew, and he came up to me and he knew who I was, and he was like,
"It's like you Curly 801."
He was like, "Oh, you're."
My name's Harry Ariel.
The throwback. He was like, "Hey, you're Cameron," because he knew who I was because I shaved off my hair for charity, like when I was like 16. And he was like,
nice.
That's really hype," and then literally just fucking kissed me.
Hell
He's
yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
He needs to take this quiz, I think.
Yeah.
Just send him the link and.
Yeah, he needs his quiz. He just like fucking like it wasn't even just like a peg on the chin, like it was proper, and I was just like, yo, excuse me. And then I spent the rest of the night walking around the nightclub being like, am I gay?
Gave you an existential crisis.
Yeah, and then someone was like, hey, you should take.
Yeah. And this was actually last week, which is why we're here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
So definitely an it was great then, Curly.
Yeah.
Also, I like that this quiz has not been like gendered so far. Like it's not been like about being a gay man, but there's a more quizzes that am I a lesbian quiz.
Okay, yeah, fair. We take that after.
Turns out we are lesbian, but we're not gay. Crazy.
How do you feel about queer characters in TV shows and movies? Imagine like answering every other question being like, I am a homosexual person, but not liking seeing them on TV.
It's like, well, it's Adam and Eve.
Oh, I totally watch shows just for the queer ships and storylines. I kind of feel like I can identify with queer characters. I notice queer characters, but I don't feel strongly about them. I like the positive representation, but they don't stand out to me. Oh, fair enough. You can't say you don't like it. Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's the tired of us being flanderized into stereotypes?
Where's the I am not watching Buzz Lightyear because of the gay relationship?
Yeah, I feel like this quiz was more than likely made by someone who is gay, or at least, or is in the LGBT community. Or T-Pod, yeah. Anyway,
you're good.
Yeah, it was. This is co-authored by Deb.
I realized that I forgotten letters.
This is actually co-authored by Deb Schneider, who is an LGBTQ plus counselor. So they probably didn't even consider to Deb that people might not like gay characters when they're doing a quiz to find out their sexuality.
That's fair. Or unless this is like some like Giga Chad being like, I need to make sure I'm definitely not gay. I'm gonna take this quiz.
I'll be honest. Even if you're like a Giga Chad doing these quizzes to do that, I think your insecurity to the fact that you're doing quizzes might mean that you need to like just think about it on a deeper level. No.
That's gay, bro. Don't even say that.
No, I've 100%ed all the quizzes. I'm not gay.
No, you 100% the quiz, dude. That means you're gay.
No.
Sorry, Z.
Sorry. Where do you fall on queer characters then, Z?
I kind of alluded to it. I don't like gay representation in media a lot. Because,
clip.
Because it's just not an accurate representation. Everyone just gets flanderized to being like super like flamboyant, and like none of them are like actually like sexual beings. They just like, oh, here's my gay friend who you never see with another man who just like is quirky and fun all the time, and that's like the whole it.
It's very aesthetic.
Do you mean to tell me that the gay couple on Modern Family are not representative of all gay people?
Sadly.
That is sadly. They are great.
I feel like it's one of. I nearly feel like you can't relate. Nearly it's like okay, fair enough, but like you can't relate to them because that's not how life works. Sadly.
All right.
Everyone just doesn't have that gay friend.
Right, but I do like the that more shows are willing to put gay people in it now. I just like wish we would have more authentic gays.
Yeah, weirdly, I think
like
that
third one nearly feels like the most appropriate. Then though, that I notice queer characters, but I don't have strong feeling about. I suppose you have a negative feeling, but like
yeah, I would actually say that like in terms of like actual positive representation of queer characters, it probably like kids media is like actually the better one for it.
Yeah,
which is like, yeah. To be fair, that is the main thing. Like, because it's about sexuality, but not about sex in terms of it. So,
so it's a much more innocently betrayed. Except when you come to shows that are like made for like teenagers or adults, it's just like
it's like
he's gay. He just wants to fuck every man.
They want to get bummed. It's like no. It's like
no. You wouldn't say that about the average person. That's not how that works.
It's like not every character in the show like about like just adults that are straight. It's like, oh, they want to have sex all the time. Whoa, and generally those characters are cringe. It's like there's like Quagmire, who is like a negative stereotype of like a playboy kind of guy. But if like there was like a gay character that acted like Quagmire, they'd be like, we did it, boys, representation. It's like no, they're still a scumbag. That's like not a good character. So the third one's is that what you're saying, or?
I literally can't read the other answers. I have it zoomed in, and I'm blind.
Okay.
Read it out for me one more time.
Yeah, so it's I've totally watched shows just for the queer ships and storylines. I kind of feel like I can identify with queer characters. I notice queer characters but don't feel strongly about them. I like the positive representation, but they don't stand out to me.
Let's go with B, actually.
B. You can identify with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. When someone asks who you're crushing on, a name comes to mind immediately, and it's someone of the same gender. I make up a name or pick someone random. I literally don't get the big deal about crushes. I talk to someone of the opposite sex who I'm genuinely crushing on.
So tell us about Carl Jacobs.
No. I am Arrow Ace, so number 3 is really
right.
Yeah.
speaking to me. So, but if it was like if E was Carl Jacobs.
Right, yeah.
That's the default. You actually can't see that, but that's on there.
It's like,
Carl exists outside of gender and sexuality, so
absolutely. Yeah, it's like no matter who you are, you're allowed to crush on Carl Jacobs. Like any sexuality, any preference, it's fine. So for me, has anyone ever asked if you are gay? Yes, like
earlier today.
we have it on record. No one has asked. So pretty much, people pretty much assume that about me all the time. No, I've been asked that once or twice. Probably that's the best one. No one has asked me directly if I'm gay, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did ask. Never people assume I'm straight. Well, I mean, it's kind of like a mix between these two. I mean, people assume I'm straight because everyone assumes everyone's straight, pretty much, unless they're told that like, someone's gay. We live in such like a heteronormative society. But I've been known to be asked it once or twice, which Yeah. I mean, I'm asked about it every.
Literally the answer.
I fill in like forms all the time, and they always ask.
You've done so many of these quizzes, and they have said, "Are you gay?" So
yeah, there is a BuzzFeed quiz.
Question 12 is just, "Are you gay?"
There's actually a BuzzFeed quiz that's like an "Are you gay?" quiz, and like 3 times it says, "Do you like having relationships with the same sex?"
It's just, "Are you gay?" Yes or no, and then you said yes or no, and then it's like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, it's pretty much the little clip comes out, and he's like, "Can I assist you with being gay?"
Oh, okay. What's that? When you imagine?
Yeah, when you imagine being in a relationship, what do you picture? I can only see myself with someone of the same sex. I'm not sure any gender seems okay. I'll probably be with someone of the opposite sex. I can only see myself with someone of the opposite sex.
So we joke, but this pretty much has just been, "Are you gay?" 6 times in a row.
Yeah, this one is literally, do you see yourself as gay? Do you see yourself as not having a preference? Do you see yourself as having a slight preference? Or do you see yourself as having no preference the other way? It's weird that bisexual with a same-sex leaning isn't like an option here. Like it's like the only one that's really missing in terms of like.
It's the third one. I feel like kind of no.
I'll probably be with someone of the opposite sex, but like it's not ruled out one way or the other.
That's how I feel personally.
Yeah. How would you feel about identifying as gay? Yes, so that feels right. It honestly makes me. It honestly makes me a little bit nervous, but it also kind of fits. I'm not sure how I feel. No, I don't really think that's me.
So yeah, that's right. No, I'm not sure how I feel because I said, I hate men with a passion. And that's like the existence of my thank you, Drake's in chat. That is like the linchpin of my identity. Basically, it's like why I identify as a demi-boy because I don't want to be identified as a man or like be held to male standards. And when it comes to dating, I'm never gonna date a man, but pretty much anything else is fine. So
I've been let down so much this pod. First Lioneagle, now
Curly setting up podcasts just to date people.
Like, what do you think we've been doing this for a year and a half for? Like,
this is why I keep asking for 3 Triandy to come back on.
Can we just make like the Austin show, but it's just Curly getting a date? Please.
There'll be lots of those.
We'll keep going.
It's gonna take a while.
So I guess of the answers provided, let's go with I'm not sure I know.
I'm not sure how I feel.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. It's just, are you gay again? Have you ever felt attracted to someone of the same gender? Yes. Yeah, but everyone has, right? Right? People of the same gender are just objectively more attractive, or nope.
Ooh, this is interesting.
I like the second one personally. I think it's hilarious. Like, but everybody does that. Right?
Yeah.
They literally just need to put copium, yeah.
This is
Obviously,
interesting.
you don't have to answer these if you don't want to.
No. Of course, I'm like, it does not bother me.
Yeah, if
I'm
there
just
is an
like
issue, just...
mentally like, because like aesthetically, women are more pleasing to look at.
Sorry, the timer that my reaction was the timer going off that I had said, and I was like, whoa. Something reacted to that message.
Let's do but everyone has.
Yeah,
Right?
I think that's
Right?
that's the fun answer for sure. How do you feel about dating someone of the opposite gender?
Lioneagle, you gay?
Well, dude, I actually like this distinction because it's like there is a difference between like being attracted to men and like wanting to date a man.
That is
like
that is true.
As someone who hates men, there are men who are attractive, but no, I'm not gonna date any.
There's also a difference because I would fuck Carl Jacobs, but I'm not going on a date with him.
To be fair, there are a lot of like guys who be like, hey, I'd fuck him. And, like if it came up, it'd be like, yeah, but they're like, no, they'd be like, I'd not go out with him or anything. Like I feel like that's something like people even say it, even partially as a joke, but it's genuinely a take that I think a lot of people would have.
Yeah,
right? Speaking for men,
a little bit of a sad take though. I find like that boy's cute enough to fuck, but I ain't gonna date a boy. Like that's a bit sad.
I feel like there's just different
strokes for different folks. Fair.
Yeah.
How do you feel about dating someone of the opposite gender? I'm not interested. That would feel like a chore. All right then. I wouldn't mind.
Me with men.
And yeah, I'm not interested. That would feel like a chore. That's just dating. I wouldn't mind, and I've either wanted to do it or I have done it. Maybe, but I'm not really interested in anyone. I definitely date or have dated someone of the opposite gender. I don't know. I'm not interested, but I feel like saying that would feel like a chore is like an extra insult. It's like I'm not interested was a fine way of ending. Would I go on a date with him? Like no, I'm not interested. It wouldn't feel like a chore. It'd feel like I'd be going like out drinking with a mate, and then like
you don't like them. Yeah.
And I don't find going out for a drink with like another man a chore. It just wouldn't feel like a date. Do you ever fantasize about being with someone of the same gender?
Nice.
Pretty often. Sometimes, yes, but I'm not sure I'd actually end up with someone of the same gender, and no.
I guess sometimes, like.
Sometimes.
The third one just seems like a round, like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. It's the answer is the second one. I feel like the third one, nothing.
I think the third one's kind of what we were saying there earlier of, like, you can find a man attractive, but you wouldn't want to, like, be in a relationship or have, like,
but that she says, I suppose, yeah, you're right. The second one.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how I, like, perceive that third one anyway.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
When you imagine kissing or being intimate with a future partner, how do you feel?
Okay, me and Z are kissing.
Am I up for this?
Yes. Yeah.
Good, I guess. As long as I'm with someone.
When you imagine, all right, yeah. As long as you're with someone you really like, that sounds great. Good,
actually,
I guess.
That is the correct
I can't
answer.
imagine that, and I don't think I'll ever want to, regardless of gender. I'm too young for that.
This feels like the first question where they're trying to differentiate between whether you're like asexual or like whether you're like what's the word I'm looking for, like romantically attracted. I don't know the terminology, apologies, but like where if you had to have like a romantic like feeling towards someone rather than a sexual one. I don't know the word.
Yeah, this
so
one does seem a bit strange to be in the are you gay or not, to be honest, like because it's like removing all elements of finding out like your attractiveness towards certain genders. It's just like do you find the idea of kissing someone nice, or do you not care, or are you
this
too
is
young?
Like they've got a subcategory that they want to put us in. They're like, we'll just
yeah. So sorry.
This is your subclass.
Was it as long as I'm with someone I really like? That sounds great. Was that the one you were liking? Or was it good? I guess.
Yeah. No. A is correct.
Yeah.
Sweet. Poggers.
If you scroll through your feed or For You page, do you see content from queer creators? Why is this the last question?
Does TikTok say you're gay?
The top one is, yup,
Because
you got me.
This could have been the only. This could have been the only question, and we know because TikTok knows everything.
Yeah. The first one is,
Sure.
yup, you got me red-handed. Maybe it depends on the day. Yeah, but only because I've looked at 1 or 2 related posts. That's a coping right there.
That's like. I
Yeah,
didn't mean to click on the gay porn.
No, the algorithm. It's too strict. It's strict to me. And then probably not.
Let's go with number 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, if
You
like,
got me.
having queer content, liking queer content creators doesn't have any impact on your sexuality. Am I gay? You could be bisexual. Wow. Funny that having a different ranges of sexualities has made it come up with the idea that we might be bisexual. We have a follow-up question for you. No.
One sec. Has it covered its back like by going or somewhere else? Like there's no definitive answer. It just went. You could be bi or like...
No. It says you could be bisexual or somewhere on the LGBTQ plus spectrum.
Okay.
What do your results mean? You definitely relate to some common queer experiences, but you might also like people of the opposite gender. The good news is, well, that's not bad news.
Let's go.
That first question wasn't bad news. You don't have to follow it up with a silver lining.
You start with the good news, then the bad news.
Yeah,
That's
shit
how it works.
sandwich. Good news, bad news, good news. The good news is that you have the ability and self-determination to identify with whatever label and experience fits you best in whatever time frame works best for you. You might be more drawn to one gender than another. If gender doesn't matter to you at all when it comes to who you like, you could explore the label pansexual too. Ultimately, romantic and sexual attraction exists on a wide spectrum, and no quiz or person can tell you, well, why did we do this? You should identify.
Shambles right now.
You get to love who you love, feel what you feel, identify how you want, and be affirmed no matter what. If you're looking for more in-depth resources to aid you in exploring your sexuality, please consider www.pornhub/gay. Consider joining online communities such as Trevor Space, finding an LGBTQ friendly therapist, or calling an LGBTQ plus hotline. Just unequivocally, do any of these other things and don't just try and look at gay porn if you want to find out your sexuality.
That's not how that
Well,
works.
I mean, looking at gay porn is not the right thing to do, because like if you enjoy what you're seeing, you're like, hey, maybe.
Hey,
I also feel like it's not the best first step. You know what I mean? I don't think you should go like just go.
Yeah, start with like solo male porn and like, just, like how to accept yourself as bisexual. I'm glad this one's here for us now that we know that we are. We know we're bisexual, but I don't quite feel like I like that result.
Okay, so anyone in the comments, what we want you to do is take the quiz. We'll put it in the description and tell us what you got.
Yeah, do
so
that.
Take the quiz with 3 of your friends.
Yeah, take the quiz.
Where each of you answer one question.
So this episode's going to come around about Christmas. So while you're having Christmas dinner or other Winterfest dinner, get your family all around. Don't do like a board game after and have some fun like that. Pull up this WikiHow quiz and find out how gay your entire family is altogether.
No. Don't like let them know that you're taking the quiz though. Just like as like conversation starters.
Ooh, yeah.
Just pull out these questions like randomly and
just ask them if they're gay 12 times.
Yeah, and maybe
Have you ever like been attracted to people of the other gender? Like,
maybe like
do you ever see yourself not with mum anymore and with baby?
Yeah. How do you feel about kissing someone right now? That kind of sounds like you want to like kiss your family members. How do you feel about the idea of like like kissing someone like like
like would you think like yeah that's poggers or like
imagine saying to your nan if you got any queer creators on your For You page.
She opens up her Facebook and it's all just like hashtag femboy hashtag.
Yeah, shout out to hashtag femboy. Let's hope we get that trending again.
Okay.
What do I have right now? I have Yu-Gi-Oh, Techno, Mr. Beast, or what's trending for me?
What in terms of like what on trending on Twitter?
Yeah, because it's like different for each person.
Oh no! One sec. Drake is trending. I said Drake on this. How have they heard me? How is my mic? When I talked about Drake once, and it's Drake, Tate, and Florence. It better not be Andrew Tate. I swear to God. It is.
Wow.
Wait, Drake Tate and who?
It was Drake, Andrew Tate, and Florence.
Oh, good. For a second there, I was hoping that I was hoping that it wasn't like Nick Fuentes. I was hoping it wasn't those three. The trifecta of people I don't need to hear the opinions of.
I don't know what Florence is. Strictly Come Dine with me.
Florence and the Machine.
Strictly Come Dine with Me.
Yeah, Strictly Come
Classic.
Dancing. The final is what I read. It's Strictly Come Dancing is trending for some reason.
Andrew Tate's in the Strictly Come Dancing finals.
No.
God damn it.
Anyway, we should do
segue tier list. Wow.
Speaking of
Yeah,
Andrew
I'm not
Tate,
even
here's
gonna
our
try.
tier list.
This is the most fluid episode we've ever done.
So we're gonna do as we do with our tier list when we've got the guest on and have a little bit of an explanation. So we've got the tier list of Disney films, and Xillya, this is yours first.
Oh, we're doing. I did. This isn't my tier list. This is Xillya's tier. Or Xillya is the one who introduced the topic, so she's
Yeah,
probably
and
go
that's
first.
who I said who was going first.
Yeah, that's literally what he said. See?
I heard Z. I'm sorry.
I also did
Wow.
hear Z, so it's okay. It's not just you.
Xillya.
It's like similar.
Notice
Um,
the Xillya.
I'll start
So
saying then.
this is my tier list. I decided to rank them on just I ranked them on how good their the song of the movie is.
Oh, like the song, like the goated song for that movie.
Yeah, like the song, you know. And so the order goes The Passion. You know when you just like listen, or I'll go bottom. We'll work our way up. Okay, respectfully, no. These no. And that's all I'll say. I think in that one, it's I guess I could pull it up so I could look at it too, bigger for myself.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I always do every week. is
Give me
pull it up
like
on the big
1
screen.
second. I'll be so fast.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you any of the songs from this. Respectfully, no, to be honest with you. Apart from maybe Peter Pan, it's like I Can Fly or something like that.
Yeah, it's yeah. So
I know there's a song in Dumbo that I really don't want to sing.
I was about to say that. I didn't even know that was Dumbo. I didn't even know
Dumbo's
Dumbo
one's
had
like
songs.
When Elephants Can Fly, and they're being so mean, and it was not even a good song. I'm like, you cannot be mean to Dumbo and have a bad song.
Sorry, his name's Dumbo. Saying his name is an insult.
No, literally. And then the Alice in Wonderland was just like the opener, and it's just like, you know how like old Disney
Oh god,
films
they're
are
awful. Yeah.
yeah. All of those, I just was like, I couldn't even. I respectfully no. And then the next other level, we have like It's a Skip. Like it's not so bad that if like someone put it on, I'd be like, no, you have to stop. But it's bad enough that if it came on for me personally, I'm hitting the skip button. We have the Aristocats. I've never seen the Aristocats, and the song wasn't good enough to make me want to watch it. We have
Is Aristocats not the one where they have the really questionable, like, cats?
Early, wait till we get to my tier list. We will be talking about all the questionable things in the Disney movies.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah, but I think the ones you're specifically talking about are in Lady and the Tramp. I think what you're talking.
It's in both. Believe it or not.
There is in both, but I think what Curly's referencing is in Lady and the Tramp. Like I think you're specifically referencing two like Siamese cats.
I am. Yes.
Yeah, which is a Lady and the Tramp thing, but also they like reuse the asset there. I'm fairly sure, or like just got the guy to draw it again in Aristocats. So
we loved it.
They'll like give that a round two. Get that in there again. Drew it so well the first time.
And then so we got Aristocats, Sleeping Beauty, and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Just the songs, they're not given enough. You know,
You're not hi ho, off to work you go.
No, I'm not. And
What? I know. That's what I say when it comes on the playlist.
Wow,
also, I'm pretty sure that it doesn't say we're off to work we go, and that was also a whole moment for me. And I was like, I can't. I'm pretty sure if you look at the lyrics, it says on to work we go, but if you listen to it, I'm pretty sure it says home we go.
It's
not
home
work.
To work we go. It's
I don't
to work
know.
We go.
I don't know.
I googled it.
Yeah. Isn't that
what?
Curly punching the air right now.
So it's a skip.
It's like the Mandela effect. That's kind of like
Yeah.
what I guess.
Welcome
to the Bear Stain Bears.
Don't even get me going on the Mandela effect. Oh my word. And then we have the I Respect It level. It's
I have beef. I have 2 beefs here.
So
I have 3 beefs. Hold on.
Wait, are 2 of the beefs Phil Collins?
One of them is.
Wait, is it 1 or is it 2? I don't know. Is Brother Bear? I can't remember. Or was that?
I couldn't tell you.
I thought Brother Bear was also Phil Collins.
Here, let her speak her shit before we tear
Sorry.
it apart.
Fox and the Hound I've never seen, so I feel like if maybe I had the personal, and also because like I don't think it's a musical, so it's just like a song that's like played in the movie.
I don't recall a song of that one.
I think it just was like a song about friendship, and so I was
Right.
like, yeah, that's okay. Lady and the Tramp. I don't think I've ever seen Lady and the Tramp either, and I don't remember the song that was played, so clearly it was not that memorable, even because I listened to it like 2 hours ago. This like Sword Stone one, again, never seen it, but the song was like kind of good. I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, I think Song of the Stone's like a sort of secret banger of like that era of Disney.
Yeah, it was like, because I thought it was gonna be like the weird like old Disney ones, but it was like good, like it held down, like I respect it. Brother Bear, the song was everything like above Brother Bear in that bracket, like from Brother Bear up, like could have been in It's a Bop, you know?
Yeah, like to be fair, according to your tier list, like these songs like above like Aristocats aren't getting skipped; they're getting listened to. So like,
yeah,
it's not a disrespect to them to even.
I
be
respect
listed, yeah.
it. Tarzan. I don't remember the song in Tarzan.
Are you kidding me? Strangers Like Me, the absolute bop of a generation. Phil Collins going absolutely hard for no reason.
I've never seen Tarzan.
Wait, what?
I've never seen Tarzan.
That's so sad.
I don't really remember.
Or
the song
I've
too much,
seen it, but it was
movie.
like such a long time ago that I don't remember it.
You should give Tarzan a rewatch. I think like
Okay.
I think rewatching and then hearing the songs within context, as hard as I think they go on their own, I think if you give it like a good rewatch, that you might think differently about that.
It'd be good. Okay. And then we got the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I've never seen it.
Okay.
But
Because I was gonna say Hellfire is also one of the ones I had beef with.
oh, and I also didn't listen to that one.
It was if it was like the song of it, it would be like the I think there is a song that's like the Hunchback of Notre Dame or something.
Yeah,
and that one isn't as good. Like Hellfire is a banger,
like
but it's not like
it's called like the
song,
Bells of Notre Dame, and it was like it was very respectable, very respectable. Like would consider using it in on edition, respectable. Like it was. Z is sending me links right now.
I actually just went listened. While
Z is
you
like
were talking, I was
trying
listening to
to
the Tarzan song. I was like, okay, it's kind of
trying to educate me. And then we got Cinderella, which is like, oh, is that the like a dream is a wish your heart makes?
Yeah, that's the one.
When you're fast asleep, which is just like a classic.
That's
Classic.
fine. This one I feel is deserving.
Yeah, and then we got
classic,
Bare Necessities. Bare Necessities.
Wait, you haven't respect.
That was the third beef. Their necessity should also be higher.
I don't know. I'd put Bare Necessities there. I think if it was King Louis' song, it'd have to go higher. But Bare Necessities, I think I'd put it in respect to it.
And also,
I'm more of a fan of the
like,
King of the
this one
Swingers.
doesn't hold the same like emotional feeling for me, you know? Like I really want to feel it in a song. And
Yeah,
then
Bare Necessities
Pinocchio,
is kind of
moving up.
like the side character song, like in a lot of these, like in terms of like the vibes it gives. Like
But
it's
the
similar
Bare
to like
Necessities.
It is a bare necessity for the song to be in. It's a bop. At minimum, it needs to be a bop.
Z, to be fair, I did have it at the end of It's a Bop. But it's
not.
top of I Respect It, you know? It's where it needs to be. And then we have It's a Bop. I was considering putting in, even though I may be crying, because people's definitions of bops are differently. A bop does not need to be like a bop.
Right.
I could be crying, and sometimes that's all you need. Pinocchio's the
mistakenly put in this category.
upon a star.
Is that Pinocchio?
Yeah.
Oh,
When you wish upon a
Yeah.
star, doesn't matter who you are. That was so good, so good. And then we have Aladdin. So I did like A Whole New World, and the new version maybe higher than this one. But I'm gonna be honest. Like, obviously, it's still it's a bop, but a little bit bland.
I think that's
And that's
fair.
all I'll say. Beauty and the Beast, same thing. So like, tale as old as time. She really is singing as a character, which is great. But in the new movie, like, it's like a whole moment. So that's kind of, yeah. Lion King, I did Just Can't Wait to Be King. That's a bop. It's just a certified bop.
Like a Lion King is just kind of good, to be fair.
It's a bop. Princess and the Frog, a bop.
Which song was it from?
I don't know this.
The I'm almost there.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm almost there.
I mean, I say that. I was just kind of interested in which one, because I like all the songs in Princess and the Frog.
Fair enough. Encanto, I did the Bruno. Honestly, I don't know. It's a bop, but I don't want it to be. Like, I'm mad that it's that high. But that again, I felt where it needed to be. Frozen 1, Let It Go, holds its own.
This
in my
feels
heart.
Crazy to me.
Yeah, this feels contentious as well. I feel like having Frozen 2 above Frozen 1 is you're making a statement here.
No.
Oh, Frozen 2. Frozen 2's
is-
music is 100% better than Frozen 1's.
Way better than Frozen 1. And
But we're not talking about the movies as a whole. We're talking about like song for song. I
No,
think
I'm-
like Let
yeah.
It Go is probably like the Disney song of all
No,
time.
I'm talking
Me,
soundtrack.
no.
I'm talking Frozen 2 soundtrack's better than Frozen 1 soundtrack.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Frozen
but that's not
1's
what
the
we're
better
talking about
movie.
here.
Yeah, well, what? So we're talking Into the Unknown versus Let It Go. Yeah, 100% better.
Versus like you, yeah.
You said like
yeah,
the key song of the.
that's what I'm saying.
Killer said
I'm-
the key song.
yeah,
Let It Go and Into
Into the Unknown is
versus
100% better than
Into the
Let It Go.
Unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard that
Yeah.
song, so I can't really. Say
Yeah,
that.
I'd say like not only do I think the soundtracks are better, I think like the 1-to-1 comparison of like this song is the opening song, this song is the main song, this song is like the side character song. Every one is like better.
I
Can anyone give
agree
me
with
the
that statement.
TLDR? What happens in Frozen 2? Just spoil it for me. I'm not gonna watch
Oh, I will say though, Frozen 1 as a movie is better than Frozen 2.
And actually, I don't
Yeah.
care.
but
I'd say plot wise, yes. Everything else about Frozen 2 is better.
the characters are way better in Frozen 2 actually as well. I'd say,
Characters, obviously the animation, like, it's stunning. The music, this outside of the vocal songs, like the soundtrack, it's just. But we're not quite there yet. We're not there yet.
Sorry.
But then we have Little Mermaid, A Part of Your World. That like song holds such a good place in my heart.
Yeah, not my favorite song from The Little Mermaid, but I think they're all pretty up there.
Yeah. And then we have the passion level of the tier list, which I think like speaks for itself. We got Pocahontas up there for is it Colors of the Wind?
Yes.
Yeah.
Colors of the Wind. Amazing.
The only
amazing.
good thing about that entire movie. Crazy.
Yeah, totally. And it's the passion. Hercules, Go the Distance.
Yes.
When he goes up the octave,
Yeah.
amazing. Mulan, I'll Make a Man Out of You. Like,
Oh, goated.
just
Yeah.
Really, I thought you would have done Reflection.
Yeah, I would have considered Reflection maybe the song of that film. And for if you were talking Reflection, I wouldn't put it that high. But Man Out of
Yeah,
You
no, me
needs to
neither.
be in that one. Yeah.
But what I did, I'm gonna Xillya L. I use Apple Music, and so I just was like the ones with the star, and I just like picked my favorite out of the ones with the stars because they have like a star against like
That's
the
fair, yeah.
I'd like the most listened to. Yeah, that song is one of the like greatest Disney songs ever. Moana. It feels silly that I can't remember the name right now.
And
I don't know.
it calls me. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll go.
yeah.
I'll go. So like the passion, like
But yeah. Deserved.
I haven't seen the
Frozen-
movie, but you started singing it. I know.
Yeah. To be fair, you could have said it was any of the Moana songs, and I would have been like, yeah, it can deserve to be there.
Shiny deserves to be here.
they're all bangers, to be fair. Frozen 2, Into the Unknown. Wow.
So good.
Wow. I be destroying my voice to sing that song full blast in the car. I
Yeah.
do.
And that's a decision I will willingly make every time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Crank that. And then Tangled, I See the Light, just...
Do you have that as your number one
that's
song?
it.
That's fair.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
And that's my tier list.
Yeah, I like that. I think
Yeah, I don't have too many beefs with the top. I think Colors of the Wind may be a little overrated, but other than that, and then I guess I have Frozen 2 beef apparently, but other than that, I think everything else is valid.
Yeah, I just for me personally, I never really, I really like Tangled the film, but I never really rated its music all too well. But that's a me thing, absolutely. But that's maybe my only thing that like I.
You're telling me that like when will my life begin? Like no.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's not going in. It's a skip. It just might go down to like it's a bop for me personally. Like
my only exposure.
I won't fight you too much.
My only exposure was playing Kingdom Hearts, and that's my only knowledge.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Tangled walked so Frozen could run. Like,
so I just watched a ranking of all the Disney movies today by Schifferless, and that was like his big thing because like Tangled and Frozen came out like around the same time, and he was like, "How is Frozen the one that took off and not Tangled?"
Yeah. Oh, no, Tangled has my heart. Tangled has my.
It's because of Olaf. That's why.
Oh, true. Yeah, there was no.
Yeah, I hear Olaf gets a lot worse in Frozen 2. He gets like really like Flanderized and like almost minionized basically, where he just like, haha, look, the joke is that he is the guy, as opposed to like actually being funny.
A little
like
bit,
he was in the
a
first
little
one.
bit, but his songs are good though.
Yeah.
It's still Josh Gad singing, so.
Josh Gad.
More like Josh Dad.
Yeah, Josh Gad doing jokes as Olaf. I could leave it, but Josh Gad doing songs as Olaf. Yeah, let's go.
Fair enough.
Okay, who's next?
I believe it's mine because I wanted to go a little bit more like in category and then out. I didn't put a not seen category in there and I forgot to put the stuff in it. Right. So this is a tier list based entirely on my opinion of the film in its entirety rather than like the soundtrack. And I think a lot of the early stuff and then some of the more new stuff, I just think I cannot stand watching them. Like Pocahontas, like I'll give Colors of the Wind, like it's good, but like and like some of these songs, like I'll listen to the soundtrack, but like watching them, I'm just like no, like like get me away from this. Like I don't want to watch this for an hour. I'd rather just listen to like 3 of the songs on Spotify.
A lot of this is really contentious. Alice in Wonderland is just good as a movie.
I just don't enjoy it. It's just like all the fever dream stuff, and I'm just like, just do something. It's
Yeah,
like,
I'm smoking off drugs.
just fucking do something. Fox and the Hound up here in E. That's the one that was meant to be in not seen because I think that's the only one of these that I haven't seen. Some of them I haven't seen for ages. Like I think I saw like Snow White once, but like I have absolutely like no wanting to see it again. I thought about memeingly putting Home on the Range like up higher because like it's like so jokingly bad that it is actually a little bit funny, but at the same time it's just so bad I'd feel mean putting it against like Moana at the very least. Like so Beauty and the Beast again music,
should also be way higher.
Musically I like it. I just find like some of like the like it's just such like it's just a princess story and it's like I know that there's the beast and the whole sort of like trans like the thing with that I'll continue over that because it sounded like I said there was a trans issue in there. There was
I thought you said transition.
Yeah.
Did the beast transition? In
there's
the
the whole
movie?
like like don't judge a book by its cover. Like the beast has actually got a heart of
good
gold
messages
and like
and stuff. I guess.
but like it's just kind of like I don't know like yeah and yeah and where's the big shiny crab?
Not enough but the one that has a shiny crab is only like 3 spots higher.
Yeah, I mean this is like it's like top heavy. Like a C is like respectable. Like so is a D. Like Jungle Book is one that again I think the soundtrack carries it a lot higher than the film carries the soundtrack.
That's fair.
Sword in the Stone I think is like really decent and like underrated. Honestly, upsetting to not see the Black Cauldron on here because I think that's just kind of like a better version of Sword in the Stone in terms of like having that fantasy setting in a Disney film. C for Moana, Tangled, and Little Mermaid. I think they're all really decent, well-crafted stories with really good. Well, 2 of them. With
I think
really
you
good
should
soundtrack.
have changed your other than just doing like A through F. I think you should have changed it. If C is very good. I'm like.
Well, no,
Or
it's like
C's really good.
like C is like a watchable movie. Like
See, this, he's done it like.
So you're telling me that
Yeah.
Tangled is just watchable?
So here's how Lioneagle's doing this. It's like university. So it like you
C's
have like
get degrees.
yeah.
So here's the thing.
A
Not even
D is still a D is still a pass. A D is still a
Yeah,
pass, guy. So
in the UK, an E is for
Yeah,
university.
an E
If you
is
still
still
want a
a pass,
degree,
yeah.
you can get an E and still pass and get a degree.
yeah,
We don't give out E's, I don't think.
Yeah, I was
Do
gonna
you
say
give-
E's do not exist.
I
Yeah,
give
it's
out
weird. It
E's
goes A,
every
B, C,
Saturday.
D, F.
We have AD. We don't actually have Fs either. It's a U for unmarked
yeah. These are U's right here.
or ungradable. Sorry, ungradable. Instead of F.
Yeah,
Your performance in this class was ungradable.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you're
That's
not
pretty
even,
much it.
You're not
yeah.
even.
That's
It's
such
like you don't
an
even
Yeah.
have a mark that's worth giving
Yeah,
a grade
and
to.
just to go back down a little bit, Notre Dame, like literally Hellfire is the only like thing on there. That,
No,
like,
valid.
like yeah, like everything else about that film, I'm like, I would rather not, thanks. Yeah, then we go up to B. The only one that I maybe would push up is Hercules because I enjoy every song in Hercules and really enjoy like the film. However, I do just like if I'm sitting down and it's like, oh, I've got some time to kill, I'll go on Disney Plus, and these four would be more likely to be watched, kind of like is the thing. Like that's kind of the progression. It's like if I have like Disney Plus where I have infinite access to like all of these films, what's the order of which I would watch them is kind of like how this list should be seen. Not necessarily like these are bad, these are good, I guess is more
Okay.
the progression. And then yeah, so you've got Aladdin, Lion King. I'm not including the remix because as much as some of the like the song versions of the remix are good, like I don't like why the fuck would I want to sit through the Lion King and not like see the nicely animated and Elton John soundtrack version like Tarzan, absolute amazing film. Love that one. Frozen, like still think Frozen's a really good film and really good soundtrack. Just not on Frozen 2's level. Princess and the Frog, really like got a really big soft spot. Like it's so sad that film performed so badly that it like basically killed 2D animation for Disney. Mulan, banger after banger. Apart from maybe Reflections.
Reflection is a good song. What is this reflection slander?
But when you've got Man Out of You and Girl Worth Fighting For, why are you listening to Reflections?
Oh, the one where the woman gets to sing about how she feels. That's the fucking shit song. Yeah, imagine fucking dunking on the entire point of the movie by disliking the woman-centric song.
Hey, the game's the game.
Hey, is this your tier list? And then yeah, Frozen 2. Even if like Frozen 2, like the film and every other song was like total dog shit, the fact that not Into the Unknown, Lost in the Woods, is in there. It makes it into A tier and
they're
possibly
so good.
like like could possibly even put it above Encanto. But I love like I don't think we don't talk about Bruno as the best song in Encanto, but I do like it. But I think every song in it carries it, and I think that I really like the family message. All the characters actually feel like more fleshed out. Like considering there's such a big ensemble, like the amount of like character level of character there is in there, I really like. Which I think some of the other ones are lacking. Like not to like rag on like the Little Mermaid or anything too much. Like I don't feel like there's enough personality there with like some of the characters. Like not Ariel, but like Eric is just like a who the fuck are you? Like but yeah, like I think Encanto like is a really nice family environment. I do like the fact that it's not like a romance narrative. It's like a family togetherness narrative, right? And I kind of like that a bit more. And like I don't really like the point of the entire film being two people getting together, because then it's like, well, they're just gonna get together. Like you can kind of see that with all of my top ones there, because Frozen 2 isn't really about a romance story. Mulan, there is like romance there, but it's about like, you know, saving her country. And then Princess and the Frog, as much as there's a romance element there as well, is about like Tiana achieving her dreams. So that's basically what you can see here, is that if there's no romance plot, it gets like a lot higher up.
But Moana, which also doesn't have a romance plot, you fucking shit on.
True, but I don't know. I feel I really like all of the songs in Moana. I don't know if I like I would watch these other films before watching Moana. Like I'd listen to the soundtrack of Moana above some of these other films, but not. I know, it's like, do I want to watch someone sail the ocean before I get to another one of these songs that I really enjoy, or do I want to just listen to the songs I enjoy?
Yeah. So while we're here, I guess let's pivot real quick. Curly, what is your favorite Disney movie from the list provided?
From the list provided.
Yeah, or not
Yes.
if there's one that you prefer. It's like,
I actually genuinely think it's
Mulan.
yeah, that's a
But
bang.
I watched it. I watched it a lot when I was a kid, and I don't know. I don't know what it was. I just think, well, obviously the music's fucking a bop. I just thought it was really interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think mainly it's ones I watched as a kid. I don't watch a lot of the modern ones because I'm not to say because I'm an adult, but like they're not exactly made for me.
Yeah, my actual
Technically.
favorite one, even though it wasn't unfortunately included in this one, is Shrek. No, but what about you two, Xillya and Z? What's your favorite?
Mine is Hercules. Actually, I love Hercules with a passion.
Hercules
It's just
is
so
great.
fun, and the music is just really good, and I just like everything about it.
I do like the art style of Hercules as well. That's a bit of a difference to it.
This is a hard question for me, and it kind of like it hurts to think about.
Are you like, is it like a fluctuating thing of like whichever one I've like seen most recently or like stuff like that?
Yeah, it's like in the moment there's probably like 5 movies that like when I'm watching I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, and then I'll like watch and I'm like, oh no, yeah, no, this one.
Yeah.
This one.
Well, what are those
I'm,
then?
like,
What's the high one?
I love Tangled. Obviously, Tangled. It's too good. It's not on the list, but like Disney Channel originals, Lemonade Mouth.
Okay, that's one I've never seen, but
Yeah, I'm not
I've
aware
heard
of that one, but
it was one of the better Disney Channel originals, is what I've
okay.
heard.
Like it wasn't held to the same, like it's like, you know, because it's like Camp Rock and High School Musical are like Disney's like gems.
Yes.
Lemonade Mouth should have been in there. Like it's so good. But yeah, the Frozen franchise I also just has my heart. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, next tier list.
Yeah. So now we're on to Curly's, I believe.
Yeah, so I did mine. I did mine based on how good their KD would be if they played Call of Duty.
So just are we saying like the main character or
I'm
The
saying,
ensemble
main
cast?
or- yeah, like
yeah.
a bit of the main cast, a bit of everything.
right? I'll say the Aristocats going hard. I'll say the Fox and the Hound going hard.
Hey, I don't know if you seen Fox and the Hound. I don't know
Well,
if you've seen the
yeah.
whole cast.
Actually, no, I haven't seen the Fox and the Hound. So
Hey, there's themes of death. In
yeah,
that movie.
the only thing I am aware of is that some people do have KDs in the Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, some people have good positive
Yeah.
KDs in Fox and the Hound.
okay, I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Are they playing the video game Call of Duty?
Yes.
Okay, so like they're not in the game, they're playing the game.
Okay,
Yes.
I retract my statement. A Fox and a Hound can't play Call of Duty.
Well, no, but I'm assuming that they like, even if they don't have the ability to physically use the control, like they do, like whatever they have, like special setup that they can do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, and then obviously not me, but like for the audience, what's KD?
Oh, a kill to death ratio. So like if you have more kills than deaths, that's considered a good thing in COD, for example.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Obviously I knew that, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
So I'll start at the bottom. Lady and the Tramp. I don't know. It just seems too wholesome. I don't think they wouldn't know the controls. They seem like they give boomer energy. Like I feel like both of them together would be like, "What's this doohickey do?" Like they don't know. The Hunchback and Notre Dame. Like I'm assuming it's just Quasimodo doing this. I some of them I sort of did the cast on the main character. It really felt whatever it felt like, really, to be honest.
Okay.
I just don't know if he's been locked up for a long time. I just don't think he'll understand.
He's
Like,
got
it would be-
perfect gamer energy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, actually, now that you said that actually kind of,
He's been
he
locked
could degen.
locked in a dark tower, degen hours. He can do this.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I that's such a good point. He would get a nuke.
He's
He's
literally got gamer posture.
Right.
In fact, I think he might be a gamer. I think that's what the Punch Record Not Have is about.
The fire is actually him singing about the nuke that Quasimodo gets.
No, the thing is, he would like early Quasi. He would love that. He would love to send the nuke down and kill everyone. Hercules. I feel like Hercules. I did this as the character would be too like wholesome. Like he wouldn't want to kill people. You know what I mean?
Hercules canonically just kills people.
Yeah, no, but like I feel like he has like at least has a moral compass now.
I mean,
like,
he could only play on like the side that's because like in COD matches there was like the Nazi team versus the not Nazis.
Yeah,
if he ever
Yeah.
like matches into being the Nazi, he just quits out of the game.
he throws grenades at his teammates. Tarzan, big man can't really speak. I don't think he'd be able to understand what's going on. I'll be honest. I know I've sort of done it where they could have the. I just don't think he ain't got the facilities for that big man. You know what I mean?
Sure. But the Aristocats do.
I'll say it. I'll say it. 1v1. No way Tarzan loses Dumbo.
I feel like Dumbo's got a like not good at the game, but Dumbo has like what's the word I'm looking for?
Dumbo's an alcoholic clown.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's like when you let your little brother play and you don't have the controller plugged in.
Exactly. That's exactly what Dumbo is. Tangled, I really don't have it. I shouldn't have put it on the list because I don't really know. But I just don't know if she would be a gamer. Like I don't know.
She's a bit of a gamer.
I was gonna say yeah.
Also,
okay,
being
fair.
locked in your room, haven't touched grass.
That's fair. I
True.
never thought about that.
Female hunchback. She is really.
That's what they say about Tangled. Like that's how they compare those two movies.
Yeah, beat for beat remake. They say.
Yeah, whenever people say touch grass, he's like literally can't. Like don't even at me, bro. Alice in Wonderland, they're all too high. They're not good at the game. They're off their fucking rockers. They've had some specialty. They've done whatever. They don't know what's going on. Peter Pan, they're literally children.
Wait, Peter Pan's like the perfect player of COD. He constantly stays as a child.
No, that's no.
Yeah, he's constantly the cracked 14-year-old in Fortnite.
No, but he's not.
He's in Fortnite.
He's the idiot 8-year-old that just got the game. Yeah, this is COD. This isn't Fortnite. He doesn't know.
Yeah, no, he's cracked at Fortnite, but he's not advanced to COD and never will because he can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, got you.
He can't dance on people, so he doesn't know what to do.
He could never buy the game.
Yeah, he doesn't have his mum's credit card. He legally can't buy the game. That's also true.
Hey, we can't get into that because you said that they can buy the game, and you've also got Pinocchio, who's a wooden boy, and the top. Also,
Jiminy Cricket will buy it.
All right, you got to keep going because I need to know why Peter Pan being a child puts him into negative kitty and Pinocchio gets a nuke.
I'll explain it.
The inconsistency police comes out.
Pocahontas. I don't really care. See, everything that was in like neutral KD. That's how I feel about the movies.
Aladdin just wishes for the nuke.
No, but that's the thing though. Then like he also dies. He doesn't realize.
Why does he die?
He wins 3 games ever, and that's it.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the thing is, some of them I did the cast. I feel like the genie, I feel like Aladdin might be cracked, but the genie would just like try and do 360 no scopes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he goes for like flashy over functionality.
He's going trick shots and just getting sniped in the head.
Yeah. He doesn't get any kills, but he's like, constantly going for the trick shot. Like he's throwing knives and shit like across the thing. But all the rest of them, I have no opinion on. That's why they're in there. Okay, great KD. I've put Fox and the Hound because of the movie. They notoriously have a good KD in that movie. Beauty and the Beast. It's in the name. That's a fucking beast.
Name.
Hate you so much.
Sword and Stone. I don't know what made. I don't remember this. I'm assuming it's King Arthur, right? Like that.
It is King Arthur, yes.
Yeah.
And Merlin, the goat.
Yeah, who's going to be brave enough to shoot the king in? God.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be like.
Imagine
Merlin's there, and he's
if
like
Lizzie had ever
trying to
queued up in a game of COD.
She
would have loved COD.
Like,
could you imagine unloading and then you find out that you've just
killed the queen,
sniped King, you just sniped King Charles, and then now you're getting executed.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I think it would be kind of like that energy. Like he'd go in and he'd have like all the best stuff because they've given it to him because he's like
he's paid to win. Got it.
Yeah, he's paid to win. Like he's got the connections. Jungle Book, they're fucking animals. Like they know how to kill. We've had this discussion before. Bears beat gorillas.
I will say Baloo does kill King Louis. You got me on that one.
Exactly.
But that's an orangutan, not a gorilla.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
That's
Baloo
just,
gets wrecked by Kerchak.
that's just yeah. Baloo does get wrecked by Kerchak. And if you're talking about the man who was raised by bear, a man who was raised by gorilla, Tarzan's fucking killing Mowgli every day of the week.
Anyway, Moana. I actually haven't seen the movie, but The Rock's in it, right?
Yes.
He's a gamer. I know it's not the character, but The Rock's in it. I did say Mulan was my favorite movie. It's literally a movie about like a war and shit. Like
Mulan gets like.
Also, did you see that rocket she fired off into the mountain? She's got a great KD.
Yeah.
She gotta know how to hit the nuke effectively when she gets it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Snow White has got literally like gamer like bots that she can just command to do whatever she wants.
She's got 7 dwarfs she can farm for kills.
Exactly. They go on the other team. And they're such little sims that they let her get. They take them out. Frozen.
Snow White's a fucking Twitch streamer with 7 sims that load up on the enemy team.
That's exactly it. Frozen. Fantastic. Olaf has gamer energy. I don't know what it is, but he has gamer energy. I also feel like Elsa might have gamer energy also, but like chaotic energy. I don't know what it is. They just spoke to me.
See that.
Also, Pinocchio's on the list. I know we said he couldn't buy the game. Pinocchio's not a real boy. He is just like, he's actually AI. Pinocchio is AI. He could just hack into COD and know.
Fucking hell.
He's not a real person. He is an entity. He can exist within the. He's literally AI.
I was waiting for the reasoning for why it was, and I was not ready for because he's AI.
He basically is. He
sticks his wood finger into the console to fucking get in the mainframe.
Like fucking...
instead of putting the controller in, he puts his nose in and then just like fucking matrixes in. Damn Lion King, hey. Man's the fucking top of the food chain, baby. Not actually the polar bear is, but hey, near the top of the food chain. Natural born killer, knows how to do it.
Yeah, let's just hope there's no wildebeest in COD.
Or stamping gazelles, what the fuck?
Well, it was wildebeest, that's why I said that.
Crazy about that.
Yeah, crazy.
Hey, I don't know. It's been a while since I watched it, right? Either way, that's my tier list.
Yeah, that was a fun ride through the Call of Duty skills of the Disney characters. And then this is if he wants to fuck them or something. No.
So surprisingly, we didn't. I was gonna do it based on like how much sex you can have to the soundtrack, but I decided to be a little
after
more.
we'd done the gay quiz, you would be able to find out perfect.
I'll be honest, like Xillya kind of got that covered. Like that tier list is pretty much just the same. It's like
I do not stand by that. That's not what I did. That's not what I did.
You're not trying to lay pipe to the Tangled soundtrack?
I'm not trying to do that anymore.
Because I'm almost there.
I don't care how good your Riz is. No, thank you.
You can't. I can go the distance. Some of them fit so hard.
No.
Some of them work so well.
I'll make a man out of you.
No. I'm ruining the song. Please.
Let it go. Anyway.
Yeah, no. You can only play that on your first time.
Oh, bless.
Anyway, so here's the Disney movies banked on how racist they are. Obviously, up at the top we have Peter Pan, which is just inexcusable. The portrayal of Native Americans, very not cool.
What's the racist about Dumbo?
Okay. For a second, I thought you weren't joking, and then I was like, "Oh, wait a minute." But yeah, no, so they have the song at the beginning that is like sung by the railroad workers that is like just about being slaves. And then there's also the crows, which are just flagrantly racist.
Do you know the name of any of them crows?
I don't.
The main crow is called Jim Crow.
Oh, of course.
That was an active choice someone made. Was to call the lead like African American stereotype crow Jim Crow.
Hate that. And then obviously the Olive Pocahontas is just like, you know what? Maybe white people weren't so bad. It was just one bad apple who was making all the white people want to kill Native Americans. It's like, but was it? Is that how that went down?
I kind of had the same criticism of Roots.
I haven't seen Roots, so I can't weigh in.
Kind of has a similar vibe of like, oh, there were some bad white people back then. It's like, no, Mad Dog, that was everyone. It's like,
Yeah. Not being a bad white person was the deviation.
yeah.
Yeah. Fairly racist. Princess and the Frog, again, a lot of stereotypes, and this also started the trend of like every time that there's a black protagonist in a Disney/Pixar movie, they transform them into animals and don't let them just exist as people of color, which is frustrating. And this was like the one that kicked that off, and then like all of the other characters are just kind of like stereotypes. The Aristocats and Lady and the
Which
Tramp.
other ones did that? I'm not saying you're right. I just
Soul, they turned him into.
oh, okay. He did become a cat in Soul. Yeah, fair enough.
Changing black protagonists to animals. Because this is like a well talked about thing.
While he's looking this up, I just want to mention something that's going on to date this recording.
Sure.
Germa's hacked.
Oh yeah.
And he's doing the award show at the minute.
Yeah, he's doing like his Christmas show.
It's some dude has hacked his channel, and he's just sitting in the corner reacting to the award show that's being streamed on another channel.
That's so weird.
And before that, he was playing like the COD or something. It was the strangest thing I've ever seen. Anyway, sorry, that was the interlude while Z was finding the information.
No, you're good. The other big one was they had the Will Smith like spy movie where he got turned into a bird.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you're not saying it's just a Disney thing. It's like yeah, I get you.
Yeah, like animators just keep not letting black people exist in animation,
Yeah,
and they
that's
keep turning them into animals.
Yeah. I wonder, like, because not to like take away from the fact that that is like bad, like, because I don't feel like that would be something super like intentional, but it is weird that like that's like consistently happening.
Yeah, like anytime there's a black protagonist, they transform them into animals, which is just something to keep note of when you watch animation.
I wonder if there's also a thing of, because oftentimes people of color were like more in the sidelines, and in these kind of films, the sideline characters are animals. So it's like, oh yeah, black voices just fit being animals because they're the side they're normally the side characters.
God knows.
Right. Yeah, Aristocats and Lady and Tramp, they both had the racist Siamese cat. In one of them, he just shows up to play chopsticks on a piano. I believe that's the Aristocats.
Yeah.
And then in Lady and the Tramp, they have like the "We Are Siamese, if you please."
Yeah, they sing "We Are Siamese" in a very bad accent.
Yeah, just horrifically racist Eastern accent. So all real bad. Jungle Book, King Louie is like the only one who is like, because everyone else is just kind of like a person, but like the characterization of King Louie is like, oh, this is a black guy, which is like, stereotype of comparing black people to apes. Hunchback of Notre Dame, I forget what the racist thing was in that one.
Saying that all French people look like Quasimodo.
True. That's actually just true though, so it's not racist.
No, I feel like I feel like it'll be something to do with is it Esmeralda?
Well, I knew ableism was a big thing. Oh yeah, the portrayal of gypsies.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Yes.
Yeah. Little Mermaid.
I also don't think you can use that word. Fair.
I guess Romani. I guess it's technically is yeah. So yeah, that is my thing. I've forgotten.
I think gypsy is okay in some terminologies. It's like Irish travelers that's just not what they are.
Okay, yeah, because here I cannot say that word.
Yeah, no, but I think I might be completely wrong, and I'm willing to eat my words on this, but I think like Romani gypsies, like that is like part of that terminology rather than like a derogatory term attached to it, whereas it was like the convoluting of both of those cultures and then putting that sort of
okay, because there's like Irish travelers,
like
that they prefer to be called travelers opposed to what people would have called them that in the past.
Yeah,
okay, sorry.
I think that's it.
I'm just making sure.
No, that's just fair enough thing to bring up, but I think that's where it is. But also, like I say, I'm prepared to be wrong and say that don't call anyone a gypsy because that's not a nice word.
Right. I'd heard that we are moving over. I just forgot what the new term is. So that is a notice the L.
Fair enough.
Little Mermaid, Sebastian, again, just stereotypes. Lion King, a lot of it is just kind of like, it's also like cultural appropriation of just like African culture in general, but also the hyenas were shown to be like kind of dumb, and also were all voiced by black people.
Yeah, when they're like, apart from obviously Mufasa, weren't they like the only ones voiced by black people?
Or the bad guys. It's like, crazy. Yeah, so that's
I didn't know that. I'm learning a lot.
yeah. Similarly, all of the apes in Tarzan voiced by black people, but all of the
and Rosie
all the
O'Donnell.
humans. And Rosie O'Donnell, sorry. Yeah. So not all of them, I guess. And then with all of these, it's just appropriating the culture, very obviously. Not really being super true to the culture. It's just kind of like, hey, look at these things from the culture that we can show off in a movie.
Yeah, I mean, like for Aladdin, you know.
Also, Home on the Range is mainly here as a meme. Because, like, you know, you can culturally appropriate white people. It's fine. No one gives a shit.
It wouldn't surprise me if there was some insensitive, southern black representation in Home on the Range. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't seen Home on the Range. I just, like, know the vibe of it. So there could be actual racism in there.
It wouldn't surprise me if there was, like, dumb southern black cow in Home on the Range. But yeah, like, you know that there's, like, some issues with Aladdin because, like, they had to change some of it for the remake, so...
Yeah.
Like, they can't say it's, like, barbaric or, like, I'll cut off your arm and... And also, like, some more, like, nicer ones where it's, like, instead of saying your Sunday salam, they changed it to Friday because that's the better one for people of that area. It's like, it goes from, like, small to big there. Sorry, Curly.
One sec, sorry. Are you finished with...
Yeah, that's it. No, that's fine.
No, I meant, like, are you finished? I'm curious at this point. I don't know any of the ones at the top. I don't remember the movies well enough to know, and I also watched them when I was a child.
No, that was pretty much it. Just like like Aladdin's had some changes there. I mean, if you want to talk about like the Lion King one, they changed the majority, if not, no, in fact no, it's just the majority of the voice cast to be in.
Wait, sorry, Z, were you done with the tier list? Like, did I miss something? What the fuck did Peter Pan do? I don't know.
We started at the top and worked our way down.
Am I high?
Yes.
What happened?
Just Google Peter Pan racism. It's their depiction of Native American.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. Yeah. Now you've said that one word, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I forgot that. The minute you said, I went, oh yeah. Oh.
And then Encanto, a movie with people of color that is like surprisingly not racist. I'm amazed. Congrats. And then the not racist. To be fair, there could be some racist things in here that I'm just not quite remembering. But as for the most part, it's just white people having a white time, and they aren't just offhandedly racist for no reason. So, shout outs those movies.
I guess you could say that there are elements of Hercules that are like cultural appropriation, but that's probably about it.
Right.
You might not understand because it's a culture that's not very mainstream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But as far as I'm aware, those are all okay. And if I am wrong, feel free to correct me on this. I'm not going to die on the hill that all of these are completely racism free.
Yeah, imagine there's just like a horrible like blackface scene inside of the store, and you're just like, yeah, it's the best one on there, boy.
But I'll say the only ones that are like really tiered are the top 6. Other than that, I don't really have them tiered.
Yeah,
it's just
what's the just out of curiosity, what's the thing with Moana? What's the? Because I know it's in like it's in like
Samoan
the
culture in general. But... Yeah, it's just like, and it just. A lot of people feel like it's like a Flanderization of Samoan culture.
Okay, so
like
some people feel it's more appropriated than represented.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That is at least the discourse I've seen online. Of course, with all the cultural appropriation ones, I'm not speaking for any of these groups. That is just the general discourse I've seen online.
Yeah, that's fair. I just like this is obviously the uninformed opinion of a white guy, but Moana seemed to me to be more similar to like Hercules in like it's not portraying any like modern representation. It's like showing like a story of like a deity story and then fitting it in with the culture of which it is. Which
I know a pretty hotly contested thing is that leis in general are like a colonizer thing for like Hawaiian culture, and so to like have them in the movie is like, you know, showing off like that they aren't really being respectful of the culture. But like when people think Hawaii, they're like, oh, like a nice flowery lei, but it's actually like a pretty big racist thing. So.
Right.
Well, that was sad.
Surprisingly insightful, yeah.
Yeah, no,
and also sad.
Yeah.
And also.
Yeah. It is a little bit upsetting to see like Moana not be like clear of it when it's like the second most recent film on like it was Moana then 2002 then Encanto, I think, yeah. But like still very recent to still have like issues like that.
It is on the lighter side of it, but it is by no means in the clear.
Fair. Oh, that was. I wish I'd done mine last.
Yeah, I also when I saw that I was last, I was like,
It's fine. We
Hey.
can just talk about something else on the topic list that's going to bring us right back in there and be nice and happy.
I don't think we need to talk about anything else on the topic list because I think we've been going for, if I'm looking at your timer, almost 3 hours. Is it?
Yeah,
Is
wow,
that right?
this is a long
Whoa,
one.
We've been
That's
going.
kind of mad. Yeah, we've been going.
So, everyone, don't be racist and maybe be gay. Do the test.
Yeah, let us know if you're gay. Let us know if we were accidentally racist.
don't
Let us.
don't let us know if you're a racist. I don't want to know.
Yeah, keep that to yourself.
Actually,
Yeah.
do so, then we can just block you. Like that'd be
Paste.
really cool.
Actually, that's a better idea.
Let us know your favorite things Canada has that the U.S. doesn't. Let us know the hardest Minesweeper board you've ever cleared. Let us know your favorite Xillya stream.
Let us know how easy it is to get poutine wherever you're from.
There it is.
And let us know how to spell the word poutine so that we can look it up.
And let us know who you would want to see us chessbox.
Ooh,
Base.
True.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have homework for this podcast.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Xillya, for coming on. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
feel free
thanks for
to
having
shout
me.
yourself out. Do whatever you want to do.
I don't know, twitch.tv/it's Xillya. It's right there. And if you want to find me elsewhere, just go there and you'll find it's there. I
Yeah,
stream
there'll
sometimes.
be all sorts in the description as well to make sure.
Go
you
to the
can go in.
description.
Yeah.
I have heard that my streams are fun, so
They are. They're also surprisingly
Wow.
cozy. Some of the coziest on Twitch.
if you want cozy streams, I've heard. So
Nice.
come on over.
They're either cozy or you're playing every corpse song at the same time while drinking water.
Whoa,
Hey, that's
crazy.
cozy to some people.
Yeah, that I'm surprised